Would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's up past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh, my goodness. Here is Talon Witt. He's going to pitch it out. Now it's a pass. Mason Witt wide open as Thomas Hendricks. He's going to go for the touchdown. So it ends up being a Falls. Now the Cardinals look to go on offense here. There's Julian Ramos. He'll take a shot, and he finds it back. Now I've got a ball threaded through and a chance here. Coming up the left side, and here's a shot and a goal! Send it back over. Rupert with the dig. To Zippel. Back setting for Krucht. Her hit dug out. Ramsey will set it up to Reller again. Rejected! Oh, my! And work the puck back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound. That gets blocked. Breakout pass. Thornburg up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault. Pike. He's up high on the... Now, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move that bail as a release move is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, he's worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold here. There you go. Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo! Into the second half of the regular season schedule, the playoffs. Yes, that's right, the playoffs begin in less than 3 weeks, although both of these teams are in a pretty good spot that they wouldn't have to play their first postseason game until the last Saturday in October. We welcome you to our Jartner Motors pregame show as we come to you on our latent media platforms. Thank you for watching tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube, and we're also featuring the traditional radio broadcast on KXRA. People Radio at 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. The audio available through the Voice of Alexandria app, which is powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And we also want to extend a special thank you to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of the live coverage that you're watching tonight on YouTube. I am Dave McClurg. Tim Zuffer is my broadcast partner. I will introduce the people behind the scenes helping to make our broadcast possible a little bit later. But Tim, good evening to you, and what another wonderful night for a prep football game. And Bemidji and Alexandria, the rivalry is renewed once again. It seems in recent years Alexandria has had its share of success, and Bemidji would like to have a feather in the cap victory. Some of the Lumberjacks fans might feel that came last week at home against Brainerd, but now they're looking to stack solid performances together.
Yeah, we get to face the Lumberjacks each year, and usually it's been a competitive game. The Cardinals have had the upper hand recently, but as you said, both teams come in 2-0, and for the most part, Brainerd could have something to say about that next week when we play Brainerd, but otherwise it looks like this game could play out to be for the number 1 seed in the section.
Both of these teams had convincing wins. You and I were on hand for the radio coverage last Friday night when Alexandria defeated Sauk Rapids Rice. And it seems like one of the really encouraging trends over the last 3 wins here, Tim, is that the Cardinals have gotten off to very good starts, that the boys have been ready to play right from so-called the opening bell. That, I'm sure that Coach Mike Empting and his staff are anticipating and expecting the same thing tonight.
Yeah, I think that, they've had good weeks of practices and have had really good game plans going in. And, I really think both the offense and defensive lines have really set the tone in those last 3 ball games, and I think that's a big reason for that success.
Alexandria is presently at 4-1 overall, riding a 4-game win streak. That one blemish was back in August, so the Cardinal football team went undefeated in the month of September, winning all 4 games. Bemidji, meanwhile, started with a close loss to Elk River, followed that up with a home victory against Grand Rapids, then a really close loss to the Buffalo Bison down in the West Metro area. Buffalo ended up winning that game 32-31. But since then, the Jacks have put together consecutive victories in the district against the likes of Sauk Rapids Rice and most recently Brainerd. It should be a terrific matchup. Again, we'll have the play-by-play call coming your way at 7 p.m. Now let me introduce the people behind the scenes helping to bring you the coverage. First of all, our KXRA radio studio engineer. We like to refer to him as the man in master control. That is Steve D. Upstairs doing the live videography tonight on our YouTube channel, Steve D gives him the nickname of the Big Bopper. Of course, that was the nickname of J.P. Richardson, a performer back in the late 1950s. And J.P. Boleen is our videographer tonight, working on our latent media platforms, bringing you the live video on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. We've got the visual and the audio tonight, so take your pick as to which one you'd like to enjoy, whether it be on KXRA radio or watching through your personal device on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. The boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming bring you our coverage. Special thanks to Jartner Motors for presenting our pregame show. Our first break is ahead. When we return, you'll hear my pregame conversation with the veteran head football coach of the Alexandria Cardinals. Mike Empting will be our next guest after this timeout.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
We return with more of our Jartner Motors pregame show here on KXRA Radio, and thank you for watching our broadcast tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. It is time for our Coach's Comments feature, which is brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here.
My guest right now is the head football coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Mike Empting. Prior to this Week 6 matchup, a key North Star North District matchup with Alexandria hosting Bemidji. Mike, your team was able to gain a North Star North victory on the road at Sauk Rapids last week. You know, by and large, I thought really a nice start for your team. Even though Sauk Rapids Rice hadn't won a game this year, you know, they got a lot of people in the stands being homecoming and everything like that. How important was it to get off to that quick start?
Well, again, I think high school football, I think a quick start is important just for confidence and comfort, you know, for the kids and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think that was important. And our guys did. They really answered the bell. You know, the thing about, you know, a team that hasn't won yet on the season, they're desperate. You know, I mean, we're going to get whatever they've got, you know, in the playbook on both sides of the ball. And the kids are going to come out and they're going to play hard. And, you know, they want that win. They don't want to go 0-5 and, you know, especially, you know, not at home, at homecoming, you know, and that kind of thing. So we expected Sauk Rapids to come out guns blazing, you know, and they did, but our kids really answered. You know, really proud of the way we got off the bus, you know, hit that field, owned that thing, and got out to a fast start.
I believe your team was able to score on the first offensive series to get up 7-0, and then the defense helps to put the offense on the field right away. I think on the first offensive play, Sauk Rapids Rice's starting quarterback throws an interception, and I think you get 2 takeaways out of the first 5 plays that the Storm runs. I would think you had to be pretty pleased that you were able to get some takeaways as part of that, you know, rally, if you will, in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think that's always important, you know, or you know, not important, but key, you know, for something like that. But yeah, you know, their first offensive play, deflected pass, and Carson Getch, you know, was right there to collect it. So, you know, we got that one, capitalize on that offensively, and then they come out again. And they actually, you know, that second turnover, Grady Starzl made a great play, great effort play, because it was a catch and run for Sauk Rapids. Grady ran down and punched the ball out, you know, from behind, you know, caused a strip, and Connor Anderson recovered for us, you know, to get that takeaway. You know, so those are big. Those are the types of things that, you know, swing momentum, you know, in a football game. And that play by Grady on that catch and run, that one could have ended up in the end zone, or at the very least, they were going to be down there inside the 10-yard line with an opportunity to, you know, come within one score or tie us at that point. So, you know, that was huge. It was a big momentum turner, confidence builder, that kind of thing. And, you know, our offense, they did what they do, and I think we were up 21-0 after one.
And ultimately, we're able to extend that lead again with a productive second quarter as well. I think it may have been 35-0 for Alexandria at the half. In terms of the offensive production, Mike, I don't know if this is by design, but it seemed like a very good balance of rushing yardage and passing yardage. Very similar numbers to what your team was able to post against Elk River, and even the play selection pretty balanced. Is that sort of a complementary football mantra that you like to see?
Yeah, you know, being a balanced offense is always the goal. You know, that just puts defenses in a hard spot, you know, in terms of, you know, do we commit an extra player to the box, stop the run, or do we pull a guy out of there to defend against the pass? But our offense has been, it's been very balanced for the most part all season long. And, you know, that's just our offensive guys, you know, Zach, Russ, Ty, you know, those guys put together a great game plan. And really it just centers around what they think we're going to see from an opposing defense. And then we're going to, you know, do the best we can to make that defense be wrong. You know, if they commit an extra guy to the box, then we're going to throw the ball, and where we throw the ball just depends on where we've got numbers advantages. You know, if they pull a player out of the box to defend against the pass, then we're going to run at that. You know, and our guys when I say our guys, our players, especially our players up front, have really done a great job of being able to block. You know, if we're even, you know, we can block up everybody, and our running backs are going to run through arm tackles, and Talon's going to make great decision with the football, you know, in terms of is he going to keep it or is he going to hand that thing off. And that has really allowed our offense to be very balanced.
It seems like, especially when running the football, Mike, there are some different options in my perception is that Talon Witt has taken off with the football a little bit more in the last couple of weeks than what we saw very early in the season. So, you've got some, dynamics with Brody Berg and then Jackson Waltzing, but yet Talon, he might be an ideal RPO quarterback because he can throw the football and yet he can use his legs to the team's advantage.
Yeah, Talon's really done a great job, both in reading whether he should keep the ball or give it on our zone read type scheme, but his ability to run the football is allowed us to have some more designed runs for our quarterback too. So, and you're right, Jackson Waltzing. We started the season with Brody Berg kind of being our bell cow there, but he's also a defensive player, and due to some injuries on the defensive side, Brody's been forced into more action on the defensive side. So that's allowed an opportunity for Jackson Waltzing to get more reps there, and he's really proven that he can carry the football too. So we've really got a nice, I think, attack there, both a 1-2 punch with our two running backs, and then Talon being able to run the football really forces defenses to defend. Obviously Talon, our receivers, they got to defend the whole field, but even in terms of defending the run game, they got to defend the whole front too.
Mike, you pointed out that Brody has been taking some more snaps on the defensive side of the ball, and the one thing I observed was Aiden Schneiderhan was unavailable for last Friday's game. Might we have a scenario where Brody is going to be getting more defensive snaps here even this week?
Aiden is back practicing this week. I'm gonna see how he is pregame. The injury is, it's he as a linebacker, which is what Aiden plays. He's got to be able to move and he's got to be confident. And we'll see. He's had a good week of practice. His knowledge is there. It's just going to be a matter of whether he's ready for that physicality or not. But at any rate, we'll have Connor Wang's ready to go, and Brody will be ready to go. And like I said, Aiden knows what his responsibilities are. He knows what his job is. We're just going to see where his confidence is right now.
The head football coach of the Alexandria Cardinals, Mike Empting, is joining us tonight prior to the football matchup at Viking Bank Field, Alexandria versus Bemidji. We've got the play-by-play coming your way as we get closer to the top of the hour. Mike, Bemidji comes in off back-to-back wins, ironically both against district foes. A home win in the Babes Bell game last week where I think Bemidji won by 30 points. And, I wasn't surprised that Bemidji prevailed, but the margin of victory is kind of what opened my eyes a little bit. Are you getting a Bemidji team that's playing some of its better football right now?
Yeah, Bemidji looks good on film. You don't defeat a Brainerd team, by 30 points without doing some things really well and very effectively. Their offense, they run that flex bone option game, that veer. They do a really good job. Their fullback of hitting that inside run really quickly, and he's very good at reading where the hole is. Quarterback, they have a nice little run game for their quarterback built into that as well. And then they're very effective at hitting the perimeter with some rocket sweeps and that sort of thing, getting on the outside. And, they do a great job of just timely play action passing. They don't throw it very often, but you look at that game. Actually, if you look at, a lot of their games, some of their most explosive plays came in the passing game. So they were able to hit some long touchdown passes, even though they really do want to run the football. They throw it a little bit more than Elk River, but not a lot more than Elk River. So they want to run the football, and they're pretty good at it. But like I said, they're very good play action pass game too. So us defensively, we have to be on our assignments again. And they're playing well defensively. They got good athletes on the defensive side of the ball, and a challenge for us is going to be we have seen an awful lot of odd front defenses here to start the season. It's been a while since we've run into an even front, and Bemidji runs an even front. So that's been a little bit of an adjustment that we've had to make this week in terms of shoring up our blocking schemes for our run game and our pass pro against an even front versus an odd front. But our guys are ready to go over there.
I know earlier in the season when I talked with one of your captains, Jack Morissette, of course he can play on both sides of the ball, but when defending an opponent, he likes to use the term "close the roads." Try to make sure that you're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, so that the other team's not getting off big plays. Do you have some concerns about the Cardinal defense's ability to close some roads to prevent the big play capability of Bemidji?
Yeah, I mean, they've demonstrated, that they can, they can go the distance. They can create creases. They've created some creases and some really good defensive fronts. So our guys up front have got to be solid against that. And we've got good football players up there. We've got good athletes up there. We just have to be on our assignments. And the thing about an offense like Bemidji, it's just like an offense like Elk River. I mean, it's the same, but it's different in that you just have to be assignment sound. If you take care of your job and you play great football out of there, we're going to be good. Like I said, we've got good football players. We've got good athletes. They just have to be on their assignment. If they're on their assignment, we'll be fine. But they do definitely do some things really well that are going to challenge us defensively.
Meanwhile, in the other aspects of the game, Mike, what do you feel are some of the essentials for your team to get the desired outcome and hopefully get that third district win tonight?
One thing we've been doing really well offensively is taking care of the football. So we have to continue to take care of the football. That's just been something that I've been really impressed with this offensive squad. So we got to keep taking care of the football. And again, on the defensive side, it's just about being assignment sound. If our guys up front can take care of their jobs, they're going to be outstanding football players. They're going to be outstanding athletes. So we're going to be good there. And then, the other thing we've been really solid is our special teams. So if our special teams continue, to be solid, Ethan Carlson's really done a great job kicking off. He's done a great job with our point afters. So if we can win the special teams battle, take care of the football, assignment sound defensively, then this should be a good night for the Cards.
The winner of this game will stand at 3-0 in the North Star North District. And, of course, everybody that's in the section also makes up the field of the North Star North District. Is it fair to say, Mike, that if your team gets a win against Bemidji here, granted we've got a quality Brainerd team coming here next week, but does your Cardinal football team then have the inside track to getting a number one seed?
I think looking at how everything is stacking up so far, if we play well tonight and we come out on the plus side here, I think things are lining up for us to have a strong advantage in the section tournament. Yeah.
Very good. Well, let's hope when we get together for the final Friday football game of the regular season next week, your team will be in position to hopefully wrap up that number one overall seed. But first things first, good luck against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. And as always, Mike, we appreciate your time.
Thank you, D-Mac. Appreciate you.
Some comments there from the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals football team, Mike Empting, and that's going to bring to a close our pregame show, brought to you by Jutna Motors of Alexandria. We invite you to stay tuned because along the network we will be back. We'll have the presentation of the national anthem, the introduction of the lineups, and more. Now these words on our latent media platforms from our boosters of Cardinals sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
From Viking Bank Field on the campus of Alexandria Area High School, Cardinal football is on the air. And there is an air of excitement as it's youth football night here at Viking Bank Field. A number of young people getting the opportunity to welcome the Alexandria Cardinal football team onto the field prior to the start of tonight's game. Along with Tim Zuffer, I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. We will be presenting the national anthem that will be performed by the Alexandria Area High School Pep Band. The national anthem is presented by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now, our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Again, our national anthem being presented as part of our latent media coverage this evening, sponsored by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any and all of your musical needs, including voice lessons and music lessons, visit online for more details at carlsonmusiccenter.com. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio also available through the Voice of Alexandria app. We have Steve D as our KXRA radio studio engineer back at Master Control. JP Bolin is our videographer, and along with Tim Zuffer, I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. The introduction of tonight's lineups are being brought to you by Elamere Health. It's better here. Alexandria will get the football first, so that means the Cardinals offense will be on the field. The center on the offensive line is Brendan Behrens. Spencer Kleindl and Jensen Martinson are the two guards. Evan Zabel and Jack Morissette are the two tackles. 4 of the 5 men in the trenches are seniors. The 4 receiver set will include Grady Starzl, Brady Gunberg, Mason Witt, and Thomas Hinrichs. Brody Berg will be the starting running back, and Talon Witt will be the starting quarterback. The Bemidji Lumberjacks defensive front will include a 4-player front. Jerry Farmer and Logan Karen as the 2 ends, Dom Fairbanks and Nemo Schwinghammer as the 2 tackles. The linebackers include Trevor Larson, Ethan Knapp, and Jude Nyhusmoen. And then in the secondary, you've got cornerbacks Brayland Eliason and Miles Gish. The safeties will be Nick Strand and Gunnar Genski. The lineups presented to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. Brian Stoffel is the head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks football team. He is in his 6th year as head coach. The Jacks are 2-0 in the North Star North District with an overall record of 3-2. Mike Empting, the veteran head coach for the Alexandria Cardinals. I believe this is now 18 seasons as head coach for Mr. Empting. And this year's Cardinals 2-0 in the North Star North, 4-1 overall, riding a 4-game win streak. And the Bemidji Lumberjacks will kick the ball off, and this one is going to go deep and into the end zone. Bemidji decided to take the wind at its back in the opening quarter here, so Austin Rewer was able to kick the ball into the end zone. Let's introduce the keys to tonight's game, again being brought to you by Alexandria Motors. First of all, for the Bemidji Lumberjacks, they want to win the turnover battle, and the offense needs to have some success on first down, according to Coach Stoffel. Meanwhile, for the Alexandria Cardinals, as Coach Empting said as part of our pregame show earlier, be assignment sound on defense against the many looks that Bemidji will show. Take care of the ball on offense and continue a solid special teams play. Now a 5-receiver set is being shown here. It's a swing pass from Talon Witt to Mason Witt on the right side. Gets to the edge, and he'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the first play from scrimmage. So a very good first down option for Alexandria.
Yeah, a little bubble screen there. We had 4 receivers on that side of the field, so we had some nice blocking out in front of them.
6-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Ball lining up on the right hash mark. As you watch on our YouTube channel, Alexandria is working toward the south end zone, so the flow is left to right. And a handoff to the running back for the Cardinals. Brody Berg got stood up and then gets stopped a couple of yards short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd down and about 2, maybe 2.5 to go for the first down. So Bemidji was able to hold Berg to just 1 yard there. Again, Alexandria quickly getting to the line of scrimmage with plenty of time on the play clock, still about 18 seconds. Talon Witt awaits the snap from center Brendan Behrens. Now will bark out some instructions and get back to his shotgun set. Berg right alongside of Talon Witt. And here's a quarterback draw, and Talon Witt's got the first down. Out past the 35, into the open, and he'll navigate out to about the 40. Tim, it seems to be maybe that was a designed run for the Cardinals quarterback.
Yeah, I believe it was. I mean, he faked the handoff in the backfield. The 2 defensive tackles for Bemidji had a real wide split there, so I think Talon and the coaching staff reading that, and kind of in effect, kind of like a quarterback draw.
So a gain of 14, and Alexandria has the first down at the 41-yard line on the Cardinals side of the field. Talon Witt will roll to his right. He's got time to throw, fires upfield. Pass is caught near the first down marker, and that's Thomas Hinrichs on the reception for Alexandria. Tim, I am impressed on a week-by-week basis how Thomas runs his routes, and he knows where the first down marker is. He needed 10 yards. He actually got 11.
Yeah, and he's a good-sized target as well.
So a pickup of 11, and now Alexandria operates on the Bemidji side of the field at the 48-yard line. Just underway here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria for prep football. 0-0 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Talon Witt again working out of the shotgun. He's got Brody Berg in as the running back. Witt with time to throw. Now he's pressured, and he's actually going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. Good work on the Bemidji side on the defense as Braden Lucier and Nemo Schwinghammer were in on the tackle. That will be a loss from one 48-yard line back to the other 48.
Kind of interesting, Coach Empting talking about the even front that Bemidji typically runs defensively. They were in an odd man front that last snap, and it looks like they are again with just 3 guys up on the line of scrimmage. They've got a 4th guy up. Now they've got 4, but the previous play they only had 3.
Yeah, so 2nd down, 14 to go now for Alexandria, just shy of midfield. And here's a handoff. Brody Berg got met right away, and he'll be stopped. I think that was Schwinghammer on the tackle for Bemidji, and Berg gets only about a yard, and actually 2 yards, I believe, getting up to midfield. And now it'll be 3rd down and long. Now they put the ball back on the other side of the 50-yard line. So we'll call it 3rd down and 12 yards to go here for Alexandria. First time that the Cardinals have been in a 3rd and long position. Again, a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left side. That's where Talon Witt's going to roll. He looks downfield, throws downfield, passes, caught by Grady Starzl.
Oh, then I think he dropped it.
Oh, okay. Yep, I believe initially they were going to rule a catch, and then when the Lumberjacks, Talon Schermerhorn was able to meet Starzl, that creates the incomplete pass. So 4th down, and Bemidji's defense comes out and does the job. Yields 1 first down, but then forces an Alexandria punting situation here.
Yeah, the defensive back there with a nice hit, and I think he was just able to separate the ball there.
Talon Witt is the punter for Alexandria. He has not punted the last couple of weeks. So the last time he was able to successfully get off a punt was against Sartell. He does the rugby style. Now he's looking to throw. He's going to scramble. He may have room. Nope. He's going to now run with the ball midfield, 40-yard line, and he'll run for the first down, I believe.
Oh, I think they got him just short.
Oh, my. Yeah, he tried to stick the football out in front of him, and whether or not that's forward progress, the officials are going to say he went out at the 39, and so Bemidji is going to turn Alexandria over on downs. It will not be a first down for the Alexandria Cardinals, but Bemidji will take over with some decent field position. So Talon Witt decided to run with the football. He picked up 11, but it's going to be 1 yard short of the first down.
Yeah, it looked like he extended the ball there, but officials didn't give him credit for that.
So Bemidji's offense will take over at the 39-yard line. The quarterback is Owen Vandermeer for Bemidji. And he's going to tuck the football in and now turn up field, and he'll get about 8, maybe 9 yards on the opening carry here. So good progress there for Bemidji on that first down. So actually, I think that was a direct snap that went back to Talon Schermerhorn.
Jensen Martinson and Brett Meyer in on that tackle after that 8-yard gain.
So 2nd down and short here for the Lumberjacks. Bemidji's school colors are navy blue and white, so the Jacks wearing the white jerseys, white pants, dark blue helmets. Alexandria wearing the red jersey tops and the black pants. Here is Vandermeer pitching out, and it's going to be a cut to the outside, and the ball carrier is going to be down the sideline here. That's going to be Reese Snidey getting the football, and it's going to be a good gain, as that will be a forward progress into Alexandria territory. The stop made down around the 36-yard line.
Yeah, looked like an option play there, and they pitched to the tailback, and nice run outside, and eventually Aiden Schneiderhan with the tackle.
So good to see Aiden Schneiderhan back on the field. He will get a few snaps tonight. The linebacking core does include Brett Meyer, Brody Berg, Connor Wang, and Connor Anderson in at the start. Here is a handoff, and bursting forward is the running back. I think that's Trevor Larson getting the carry there. And Bemidji's really chewing up some yardage, getting some positive gains so far. That will be a pickup of close to 9 on the tote by Larson.
Connor Anderson able to trip him up.
The interior line for the Alexandria Cardinals does have Jack Morissette, Adrian Miles, Evan Zabel, and Blake Scholl. Grady Starzl, Carson Getch, and Mason Witt in the secondary. 2nd and 1 for Bemidji at the Alexandria 27-yard line. Here is the pitch going back, and the throw by Vandermeer is going to be incomplete. He rolled out to the left and then tried to connect with Reese Snidey, and the ball will hit the turf. So it's 3rd down and short, and really not a bad option there for Bemidji, because I'm sure Coach Stoffel, Tim, is thinking that, well, we've got a free play here. We're sitting with a short yardage to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's it was 2nd and 1. It's 3rd and 1 now. Good pressure that time by Evan Zabel to get the quarterback a little bit under duress with that throw.
Owen Vandermeer is now under center on the 3rd down and 1, and he's going to pitch it back, and there's going to be a stop behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, I think Snidey may have gotten to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be all. 4th down coming up here for the Bemidji Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Brett Meyer with a nice defensive solo tackle there. I think they did lose a yard, Dave.
Yeah, so 4th down and almost 2 now for Bemidji back outside the 27-yard line. It looks like that ball is situated near the 28, so the Jacks need 2 yards for the first down, and Bemidji will keep the offense on the field. Vandermeer under center. Alexandria putting in a tight box there. Now you've got a player in motion. Vandermeer's going to look to throw. Pass tipped, and it is going to be intercepted, I believe, on the deflection. And Alexandria is going to get the football. Let's take a look for our YouTube audience. That deflection results in an INT. I don't know if it was Evans able.
I believe it was.
Yeah, who gets the interception. So Alexandria is able to force a Bemidji turnover on the first series of the night. So interception on the deflection, and Alexandria turns Bemidji away, and now the Cardinal offense back out on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure which defensive player got the initial deflection, but Evans Abel making a heads-up play.
So now the Cardinals will start this series at their own 25-yard line. Here's Talon Witt faking the handoff. He'll roll out to the right, jumps forward, and picks up about 6 or 7. So a good first down gain on the keeper for the senior quarterback, Talon Witt.
Yeah, I believe that's just that inside zone read where Talon has the option of handing it off or keeping it. And I think he's just reading the defensive end on that play.
Already 4 carries for Talon Witt. Of course, one of those was in a punting situation where the Cardinals quarterback, who is the punter, tried to run for the first down and came up short. Now 2nd down, and here's Brody Berg, big opening up the middle. I'm sorry, that's Jackson Waltzing. Waltzing with his first carry, and he'll ramble out past the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8, maybe 9 yards there for the junior running back, Jackson Waltzing. Actually, even better progress because the football now resting at the 45.
Yeah, real good, quick attack up the middle there.
So a gain of 13 for Waltzing and an Alexandria Cardinals first down. Now the Cardinals will again try to move forward as Waltzing was held to much less yardage than the previous carry. I think he'll get about 3 as Alexandria again approaching midfield.
Yeah, a good 3.5. So positive play there. Not as big as the last one, but keeps us ahead of the chains as Coach Empting would say.
2nd down and a short 7 for Alexandria, just shy of midfield. Talon Witt looking to throw. Now he's pressured. He's going to roll to the left. Will he take off? He is behind the line of scrimmage. He will take off, and then he goes out of bounds near the line of scrimmage, and then a late push from a Bemidji defender over along the Lumberjacks sideline. No penalty flag came out, and it will be 3rd down for Alexandria.
I think we were trying to set up a screen to the right side of the field that Bemidji had covered, so he tried to do something reverse field with it to the left.
The Cardinals went 1 for 2 on 3rd down on their opening series. This is 3rd down and 7 for Alexandria near midfield. No score with about 8 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Talon Witt with some time to throw. Now rolls to the right. He'll step up. Now he's looking to take off. He's in trouble. Midfield, he'll cross over to about the 47-yard line. Bemidji will hold the Alexandria quarterback to a gain of about 5, and it'll be 4th down and 2. So decision time for Mike Empting and the Alexandria offensive coordinators as to whether or not to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, I anticipate they probably will go for it here.
I see Blake Scholl is coming off the sideline. Let's see if he's going to line up as possibly an H-back, or who knows. I think against Elk River he ended up catching a pass on a 4th down play.
He lines up. I think he's lined up as a tight end right now.
And I think we're going to have a stoppage here. Alexandria is going to take time. We will as well. 3:36 to go in the opening period. When we come back, the Cardinals facing a 4th down. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Week 6 varsity football. Alexandria and Bemidji are scoreless.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
We extend our appreciation to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, helping to bring you our football play-by-play. We welcome you if you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube tonight, or even through traditional method, listening on KXRA Radio. Tim Zupfer and yours truly, Dave McClurg with the broadcast. JP Boleen is our Leighton Media videographer. And Alexandria is going to bring the offensive unit out onto the field. Jackson Waltzing as the running back. Talon Witt again working out of the shotgun. Kind of a tighter formation here. Let's see if maybe the Cardinals quarterback will look to take off. 4th down. Now he's under center here. Let's see if he might try to draw Bemidji offside. Nope, he's going to roll with it. Bemidji with some pressure. The rollout by Talon Witt to the left, and the ball is intercepted. So the Cardinals are going to give it up on the turnover there. The intended receiver was Jackson Waltzing, but I believe the interceptor is Trevor Larson for Bemidji. So the Lumberjacks will get a 4th down interception. It's kind of interesting. We've now had 2 4th down interceptions, Tim, where if the ball got knocked to the turf, the team that was going to get the turnover would have had better field position. Now, this was not a deep ball down the field. Still, Bemidji's going to take over at its own 38. So still no score here in the first period at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. Cardinals now 0 for 2 on 4th down tonight. And now we're going to have a rollout there. Snidey into the open, and he's down the sideline. He may not be caught. 10-5, touchdown.
Yeah, they ran a reverse there and caught the Cardinals. And with his speed, he was able to get around the left side.
Senior Reese Snidey is able to scamper 62 yards, and the visitors get the first points of the game. A touchdown run by Snidey to get Bemidji on the board here in the first period. So again, one play after Bemidji gets an interception, the Lumberjacks get the touchdown, and now the Jacks look to be going for a point after touchdown as Austin Rewer lining up. Initially, it looked like the Lumberjacks were going to show that swinging gate formation as if to try to try for 2, but the PAT attempt from Rewer is on the way. Ball placed down, and the kick is up, and it is good. So we're going to take a 30-second break. 3:20 remains in the first period, and the Alexandria Cardinals football team is in a deficit at the moment. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it is Bemidji 7, Alexandria no score.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
After Bemidji's defense forces an Alexandria turnover, the Lumberjacks score on the very next play. Reese Snidey on reverse scores from 62 yards out, and Bemidji has a 7-0 lead. Again, the Lumberjacks working with the wind at their back here in this opening period of play. Breeze coming out of the south-southeast. Reward gets a good leg, but it's going to be a returnable kick here as the Cardinals return man Mason Witt will bring it out past the 20-yard line. It looks like he'll get forward progress out to about the 21, so the kick coverage was pretty good downfield for Bemidji. And Alexandria will start with the football third series of the night for the Cardinals. Alexandria's run 14 plays from scrimmage here in this opening period. Bemidji just 7, but the visitors have a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, I think this drive is important for the Cards to answer.
And we have not seen Alexandria work in a deficit very much this year. The Chanhassen game really kind of went back and forth. In fact, the Cardinals played a good share of that game with the advantage. Now here is Brody Berg getting the handoff, and he'll weave his way through over a right side, and he'll get forward progress out to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, good job of the line getting off the ball there for looks like about a 7-yard gain.
Yep. So 2nd down and 3 now for the Alexandria Cardinals. So far, Berg has been kept in check by this Bemidji defense. 10 yards on the ground and 3 totes. Now he's going to get to the outside, then cuts upfield, and he'll navigate forward for a 1st down. So again, it looked like an initial surge for a couple, and it ends up being about a 7-8 yard gain. Actually, forward progress out to the 38, so that would make it a gain of 9.
Yeah, he did a nice job there. Like you said, he initially got a couple yards, then planted his right foot and made a good hard cut to his left, and for another 6-7 yards after that.
Now a 3-receiver set. Single back along with quarterback Talon Witt, and here's the handoff. Berg breaks 1 tackle, then plunges forward out to about the 45, and Tim, that was some good yak yardage there for senior Brody Berg.
Yeah, he had a tackler that made contact with him right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to spin out of that tackle for another 7-yard gain.
So Alexandria doing some nice work on the 1st down options here. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Cardinals have shown the ability to move the football up to midfield and then slightly into Bemidji territory. Now another burst forward by Berg, and he's going to get about another 8 or 9 yards. So a healthy diet of Brody Berg carrying the football, and Alexandria now operating on the Jack side of the field with a 1st down.
Yeah, that time ran behind the left side of the line. Evan Zabel over there at the tackle position. They also had Blake Scholl in as a tight end on that side.
1st down for the Cardinals, now on Bemidji's side of the field. Line of scrimmage is the 47. Burst up the middle. Berg got met at the 41 and still spins forward for maybe a couple of extra yards. That's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. And honestly, you know, with the work up front with the offensive linemen, guys like Evan Zabel and Jack Morissette and Spencer Kleindl and Brendan Behrens, Jensen Martinson, they're just kind of playing smash mouth football right at the moment.
Yep.
Gain of 8 on that last carry. So 2nd down and 2 yards to go. Talon Witt again handing off. Berg gets it, plunges forward down to about the 35, but that will be enough for an Alexandria 1st down on a gain of 4.
Yeah, the Cards are content with what Bemidji is doing defensively with we've got them spread out, and they aren't committing that extra player to the box, so we're content to run the football.
We are in the last minute of the opening quarter with Bemidji up by 7 at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. The Cardinals facing a 1st down and 10 at the Jacks 35-yard line. And here is another handoff. This time it's Jackson Waltzing getting the carry, and Waltzing actually got stopped and then plunged forward for couple of extra yards, so rather than a 1-yard gain, it might be a 3-yard gain, and that might bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. It looks like the teams are going to switch sides of the field, so we're going to go to a break, a 1-minute timeout here, as we'll get some words in from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Leading you into that 1-minute break, let's give you the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in North Star North District football. Bemidji leads at Alexandria 7-0.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
For Lincoln Dodge,
Juddner Motors, your best price dealer. Make it Juddner Motors, your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Second quarter about ready to start at the Alexandria Area High School Stadium. The state-ranked Cardinal football team bidding for a 5th consecutive victory, but right now Alexandria trails Bemidji 7-0. Alexandria facing a 2nd down and 8 at the Lumberjacks' 33-yard line. Talon Witt at quarterback is going to fake the handoff, and he'll roll to his right. Throwing to the right, and the pass is going to be, is it intercepted? It is. Oh my, Bemidji able to get a turnover from Alexandria. And I believe that may be Nick Strand in the secondary who stepped into the passing lane to pick the ball off. So Talon Witt's last 2 throws tonight have been interceptions. And Alexandria is now -1 in the turnover comparison. Bemidji will take over at its 23-yard line. So the Cardinals turn the ball over for a 2nd time tonight. And now Bemidji has its offense out on the field. Again, Owen Vandermeer is the quarterback for Bemidji, and he's going to look to throw. No, he tucks it in. And then gets met by Jack Morissette and others. That's almost like Morissette was awaiting Owen Vandermeer there. And little to no gain. I think other teammates were able to come in. It looks like Vandermeer was able to navigate out to the 25. So we'll call it a healthy yard for the quarterback, Owen Vandermeer.
Yeah, he did have a assist from a couple of his teammates, but Jack was the first one to meet him there.
2nd down and almost 9. Bemidji needs to get out to its own 34-yard line. Tight formation shown by the Jacks. Now a man in motion to the right, and here's a big opening. The fullback getting the carry here, and I believe that will be Brennan Brower with the football for the Lumberjacks, and got met right around the 30-yard line, but a decent gain on 2nd down.
Yeah, Aiden Schneiderhan was able to fight off a block to make that tackle. Otherwise, he might have went the distance.
That'll be a pickup of 7, so 3rd down now and less than 3 for Bemidji. We'll call it 3rd and 2. Again, the Lumberjacks do spread a couple of receivers out, but let's see if Owen Vandermeer might call his own number here. And he's going to duck in, and he'll plunge forward. He'll be very close to the 1st down territory. I don't know if he got it. Like I said, it may be requiring a spot. And no, it
they
looks
gave
like
him the 1st down.
Yep. So Owen Vandermeer able to get the 2 yards to move the sticks.
Connor Wang, one of 2 tacklers in on that play.
So it's now 1st and 10 for Bemidji as the Lumberjacks pick up their 3rd first down of the night. The Jacks in front of Alexandria 7-0. We're early in the 2nd quarter. D-Mac and Tim Zupfer with the play-by-play. Here's a pitch on the turf, and it's a scramble. And I think Evan Zabel is indicating Alexandria football, and the officials agree. So the Cardinals are going to recover a fumble, and Bemidji has turned the ball over for the 2nd time tonight. So the pitch went awry, and as a result, it'll be a loss of the football for Bemidji. Again, Quality Real Estate bringing you the instant replay for our YouTube audience. But Alexandria gets a takeaway on the Bemidji Lumberjacks side of the field, and now will operate at the 27-yard line.
That's the best part of it. They fumbled it deep in their end of the field, so we've got a short field here.
Interesting. We've now had 6 total series tonight and 4 turnovers, 2 each side. Ball resting at the 27. Talon Witt's going to hand off. Jackson Waltzing trying to go over the right side, twisting, and he'll navigate for a pickup of about 3 yards. Those were hard yards there as Bemidji was doing a nice job on the surge. I think among the players in on the stop was Nick Strand for Bemidji. So gain of 2 brings up second down and 8 yards to go. Cardinals trying to cash in on a Bemidji fumble. Right now, Alexandria is down by 7. As you watch on the YouTube channel, Alexandria is flowing right to left here in the second period. Now, Talon Witt's going to pitch it, and Mason Witt made the grab, or was it to the turf? I think they ruled incomplete, and that's not a bad deal because that would have been a loss on the play.
Yeah, the only thing that I was concerned with whether it was a forward pass or not, but it was ruled a forward pass, so it was incomplete.
So Talon Witt started off 2 of 2, but has now thrown 4 straight incomplete passes. The 2 interceptions by Bemidji also count as passes not completed to your own team. Now 3 receivers set to the right, single receiver to the left side. Third down and 8 here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Good snap back to Talon Witt. Now he's going to step up. He'll fire over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. I think Alexandria had Brady Gunberg toward the back of the end zone. Mason Witt was also in the vicinity.
I think he was throwing to Mason, and I think if he'd have seen Gunberg, he looked to be more open.
So 4th down, and it's likely that the Cardinals will keep the offense on the field here, eschewing a field goal opportunity from about 43 yards out. Alexandria needs to get to the Bemidji 17 for the first down. The Lumberjacks trying to get a 4th down stop. Still have about 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Bemidji 7, Alexandria no score early in the second period. Now 4 receivers set, 2 on each side. Ball near the middle of the field. Talon Witt with some time to throw. Pass left side, diving attempt. And the ball is going to be caught.
Thomas Henricks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And where will they spot the ball? It'll be very close. I think he got forward progress. Why should I not be surprised at that? Thomas Henricks making the 4th down reception there. As we take a look for our YouTube audience, again, our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you the instant replay. Alexandria needed 8 yards, and the Cardinals got 10 on the pass completion.
Yeah, he laid out for that one and caught it just about a foot or so above the ground.
So now it's first down and 10. Alexandria now operating in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. And here's a quarterback draw. Talon Witt inside the 10-yard line. Takes a tumble but moves forward. It'll be a gain of about 9 yards. Second and short here for Alexandria. The Cardinals knocking on the door, trying to even the score.
Yeah, that was basically just a quarterback draw there. I think the Cardinals had a little trouble lining up, but the motion guy brought a defender, and Talon with a nice read for an 8-yard gain.
So second down and 2 yards to go. The Cardinals with the football at the Bemidji 7-yard line. Again, the visitors have the lead here in the second quarter. Talon Witt gets a handoff to Brody Berg, bursting forward, and he is up to the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Alexandria. It will be a 7-yard scoring run for Brody Berg to get the Cardinals to within a point. And now a PAT would tie this score for Alexandria and Bemidji.
I think we're keeping the offense on the field here.
Interesting. So I believe that goes as a 7-yard scoring run for Brody Berg. And now the Alexandria Cardinals will try to gain the advantage here. Talon Witt working out of the shotgun, and Brody Berg in there as well. And now I think the Bemidji Lumberjacks are going to take their first time out. We will keep it right here. We don't want to miss the conversion attempt, but we will get a 30-second timeout in after the conversion attempt, whether it's a success or failure. Of course, those of us covering the Alexandria Cardinals hope it's a success so that Alexandria can take the lead for the first time tonight. Tim, great to see Alexandria capitalizing on that Bemidji fumble. Again, neither team had really taken advantage of the other's turnovers. I know that Bemidji was able to score off of the Cardinals' turnover, but that was just a one-play situation there. But good to see that Alexandria could capitalize as well.
That was a huge 4th down conversion, 4th and 8, and they were able to pick up 10 with that pass of Thomas Hinrichs.
So at the moment, with 8:19 to go in the first half, Bemidji has a 7-6 lead. And it looks like the Cardinals are going to keep the offense out on the field, trying to gain the first lead of the night.
Yeah, they had a unique formation set up, and a Bemidji coaching staff called a timeout to deal with that. So a more traditional formation now for the Cards.
Again, Brody Berg in as the running back. Talon Witt's going to pitch it, and it's going to be Mason Witt throwing to the end zone, and the 2-point conversion pass is good. Blake Scholl will be on the receiving end of that too, and the Alexandria Cardinals do succeed on the 2-point conversion. Pass from Mason Witt to Blake Scholl puts Alexandria on top. 30-second break here. New numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria leads Bemidji 8-7.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
The ensuing kickoff after Alexandria takes the lead is returnable, and the Bemidji return man will come out to about the 22-yard line, and the Jacks will start outside of their own 20. Now trailing by a point, it's 8-7 for Alexandria. The scoring sequence for the Alexandria Cardinals: 6 plays, 27 yards. Brody Berg scoring from 7 yards out. Then the 2-point conversion pass is good from Mason Witt to Blake Scholl. So now the Jacks have their poorest field position to start a series. It's 1st and 10 for Bemidji at the 22. Now we should note that the previous series the Lumberjacks started at the 23, so it's only a poorest start by 1 yard. And now we're going to have a stoppage, and again Bemidji is going to call for a timeout. So the Jacks have now spent their second of 3 timeouts. Alexandria has 1 timeout used so far, so the Cardinals have 2 remaining. And of course the clock is stopped with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Thought maybe he didn't have 11 players on the field, but they did. But they, with the timeout, they made a substitution, so I think they didn't have the personnel they wanted on the field.
Tim, I know that tomorrow we'll have a couple of exciting competitions going on in Alexandria. I believe you're going to be on hand kind of as a event supervisor at Alexandria Area High School. How many years have you worked the Runestone Volleyball Classic in that capacity?
Oh, in that capacity, probably going on 10. Prior to that, I think I worked it as an official for almost that many years.
Very good. Of course, 8 teams will be coming into Alexandria Area High School. Start time, are we looking at 9 o'clock, 9:30, somewhere in that neighborhood? Or
9 o'clock.
Very good.
Cardinals will open with bold.
Yep, so it's an 8-team bracketed tournament for the Runestone Classic coming up tomorrow. Now we've got players in motion. Owen Vandermeer gets the pitch out, and there's room to run. Working up the left side is Talon Schermerhorn into Alexandria territory. Further up the sideline, he stays in bounds and now will be tackled down around the Alexandria 3-yard line. That almost went for an 80-yard scoring play.
Well, you got around the left side and had 2 blockers out in front, and even inside the 5-yard line, he got a key block.
So it'll be 1st down and goal to go for Bemidji on a 75-yard run.
Aiden Button really hustling downfield, eventually making that tackle.
So Bemidji is poised to take the lead back from Alexandria. The Cardinals presently up 8-7 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard early in the second period. Owen Vandermeer under center, and here's a handoff, and the ball carrier will plunge forward. I believe that's Trevor Larson, or was it Lawson Berg getting the carry? Regardless, it's a touchdown for Bemidji, and the Lumberjacks have gone back in front So Alexandria's lead was short-lived. And I think that was Larson on the touchdown run from 2 yards out.
Yeah, they've had 2 big chunk plays resulting in 2 scores for them.
So Bemidji now with a 13-8 lead. I would presume that the Jacks will go for 2 here to try to make it a 7-point advantage if successful. And I think you've got Trevor Larson in the backfield here as a fullback. Again, Vandermeer's going to pitch, and the ball carrier gets up to the goal line, tumbles forward, and he's in.
Wow, we had a nice hit there, but he managed to stay on his feet and spin and just get across the goal line.
Miles Gish will run in the 2-point conversion, so we're going to go to another break. 7:41 remains in the first half, and we have another lead change at Viking Bank Field. Your numbers as we go to the break on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard now have Bemidji leading Alexandria 15-8.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Visitors have a lead in Alexandria. It's Bemidji 15, Alexandria 8. The Lumberjacks have had 13 plays from scrimmage and 2 scoring plays. Now an ensuing kickoff, and it's going to be bobbled, but the Cardinals do get it. Now a return out past the 20, close to the 25-yard line, and that will be Connor Anderson returning the bouncing kickoff, and Alexandria will start about 75 yards away from the Bemidji end zone. So it's been kind of a punch-counter-punch type thing here. Bemidji had the early lead. Both teams had some turnovers early on. Now Alexandria down 15-8 will operate working right to left here in the second period. So south to north with the wind at the back of the Alexandria Cardinals offense. 4 receivers in the game. Single running back, and that is Jackson Waltzing, who's blocking here for Talon Witt, and the coverage downfield is very good. So Talon Witt has to throw short, and it's going to be a completed pass, and that will be Brady Gunberg on the receiving end right in front of the Alexandria sideline. And that only got the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain there, and it's second down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, the Jacks doing a good job of covering our receivers and getting pressure on Talon.
So second down and 10, the ball at the Alexandria 25-yard line.
Jacks with that odd 3-man front again.
Yep. So they've got some linebackers and 4 in the secondary. So now Talon Witt gets the snap from Brendan Behrens. Deep drop here. Now he's pressured. He's going to roll and now look downfield. He'll throw downfield for Thomas Hendricks, who's got it in stride. Inside the 40, 30. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. A 75-yard catch and run from Talon Witt to Thomas Hendricks. Let's check that out on our YouTube feed as Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay. Talon Witt stepping up after receiving some pressure, and he was able to find Thomas Hendricks in stride. It goes as a 75-yard scoring play, and Alexandria's back to within 1, now trailing 15-14.
That was like they're just playing in the backyard. That was a broken play, and the two of them just knowing each other so well, Talon was able to escape the tackle, and Thomas just took off and a nice throw and catch.
So now Alexandria is going to go for 2, and the Cardinals show a wide formation, and it's going to be a run by the Cardinals quarterback, and he's going to get it in for the 2-point conversion. So again, the lead changes hands. It took Alexandria just a minute, 7 seconds to go from its first score to its second score, and Bemidji scored in between. So we've basically had 3 scoring plays in a little more than a minute, and now Alexandria has the lead. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard has the Cardinals in front by a count of 16-15. So, Tim, a lot of offensive fireworks here in this second period.
Yeah, well, we've watched the Cardinals, and we know they can, certainly put some points on the board. And, looking at Bemidji scores, they've been able to. They've done it with quite a bit of misdirection. But hopefully the Cardinals can make some adjustments there.
So now the football will be placed on the 40. Ethan Carlson has not tried an extra point tonight as Alexandria has gone for 2 after each of the scores. Carlson will kick it off. This one will have some hang time, and it goes about 50 yards, and then the return man is able to work it up to about the 23, and then he'll be brought down before he makes the 25-yard line, and the returner will be Brennan Brower for Bemidji. So the Lumberjacks with their 5th series of the night. And again, we still have more than 7 minutes remaining until halftime. The line of scrimmage will be the 23 for Bemidji on its side of the field. So the Lumberjacks, again, wearing the white jerseys, white pants, going left to right here in the second period. Owen Vandermeer is the quarterback. We had some movement up front. Let's see if somebody on the right side of the Cardinals' defensive line jumped too soon, or was he enticed to jump too soon? Oh, they're going to say offside on Bemidji, I believe. Or was that?
I think they...
Yeah, now I think the officials are going to clarify if indeed it was defensive offside.
I think it. I thought our player jumped, but maybe.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to get the clarification. It is defensive offside, so 5-yard penalty on Alexandria.
Yeah. I thought we were the ones that broke the plane there.
So
in the neutral zone.
Yep, 5 free yards there for Bemidji. So it'll be 1st down and 5 now at the 28-yard line. Alexandria 16, Bemidji 15. We're in the second quarter. We've already had 3 touchdowns between the teams combined in the first 4+ minutes of the second period. Owen Vandermeer fakes the handoff. He's going to tuck the ball in, and he's going to be wrapped up, and he may have gotten about a yard, but Alexandria was able to be assignment sound there and make sure that Vandermeer would not get loose. It'll be a forward progress out to the 30-yard line, so a pickup of 2 on the keeper for Vandermeer.
Yeah, we had, I think Kleindl was the main tackler there, but assisted by Brett Meyer and Connor Wang.
So 2nd down and 3 now for the Alexandria, or for the Bemidji Lumberjacks against the Alexandria Cardinal defense. Here's a pitch out, trying to get to the outside, and it's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. I think Gish was able to get the toss there from his quarterback Vandermeer, and I think he got out past the sticks. He needed 3 yards, and he picks up 4, and it is a Bemidji 1st down.
Connor Wang and Connor Anderson team up for that tackle. Cardinals did have fairly good containment on that pitch, but they only had a few yards to pick up there, and they did.
Yeah, Bemidji has had a couple of explosive plays, a 62-yard touchdown run in the first period, and then and that was Reese Snyder who got that, and then a 75-yard run set up a short scoring plunge, and now we've got short gain here, maybe only about a yard as they unpack the players. It'll be a 2nd down, actually a gain of 2 on that last carry.
Yeah,
so
Jensen Martinson with the tackle.
So 2nd and 8 yards to go. The Lumberjacks with the football just shy of their own 35-yard line. We are a little more than midway through the second quarter now, 5:17 to go in the half. Clock on the move with Alexandria in front by 1, 16-15.
Cardinals going with 5 down linemen now.
Now here's Vandermeer airing it out and getting behind the defense. I think that's going to be Snyder, We'll wait and see, but it's a big pass completion. Sorry, that was Miles Gish on the receiving end there. So it is a first down there for the Bemidji Lumberjacks.
Mason Witt able to run him down and make the tackle.
So Bemidji now operating at the 25-yard line on the Alexandria side of the field. That's the first down picked up by Bemidji through the air.
Yeah, the Jacks making an adjustment there. Last play putting two guys out wide.
So now the Lumberjacks will run the football, and this will be Larson, I believe, on the carry, and a short gain, picking up about 3. So Bemidji's right at the edge of the Alexandria red zone, trying to retake the lead from the host Cardinals. It's 16-15 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard.
And our tackler was Evan Zabel there from his defensive tackle position.
Lumberjacks working toward the south end zone here in the second period. And Vandermeer will give it. It's a toss and a reverse by Snidey. Gets around the edge inside the 10, and he will get to the goal line. And no, now we get the signal of a Bemidji Lumberjacks touchdown.
Yeah, they ran that same reverse again.
And that's going to end up being a 22-yard scoring run for Reese Snidey on the reverse. He scored from 62 yards out earlier, so Bemidji now retakes the lead back. It's the Lumberjacks 21, the Alexandria Cardinals 16. So right with that, just the 4th carry for Snidey tonight, and he's up over 100 yards. And now Bemidji is going to keep the offense on the field with Alexandria going for 2 and succeeding. That is requiring Bemidji to utilize its options. Vandermeer will roll to his right. He still has the ball, fires toward the end zone, and it's a little bit wide. So now the margin is 5 points in favor of Bemidji. Clock stopped with 3:57 to go in the first half. The new numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard having Bemidji leading at Alexandria 21-16. The Lumberjacks now have had scoring drives on their last 2 series. This ends up being a 6-play, 77-yard drive. And again, Snidey scoring from 22 yards out. But the 2-point conversion pass, no good.
Snidey's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So the Bemidji football team back on top of the host Alexandria Cardinals. Again, the Lumberjacks 2-0 in the North Star North District. The Alexandria Cardinals also 2-0 in the North Star North District. The winner of this game likely has the inside track to a district championship and quite possibly a number 1 seed for the upcoming Class 5A Section 8 football tournament. Now Austin Rewer is in to kick the football away. Line drive kick, and this one's going to take a side bounce, and it will spin into the end zone. The Cardinals will start with the football on their own 20-yard line. So Alexandria has been able to counter as Bemidji has gone in front. Alexandria has been able to regroup. The Cardinals have scored on their last 2 series and will try to make it 3 for 3 here in the second quarter, but needing 80 yards to get a go-ahead score. So 1st and 10 by the Alexandria Cardinals as they operate at their own 20-yard line.
Looks like we got single coverage on Thomas Hendricks out here on the left.
Yep, the lone defender is Brayland Eliason for Bemidji. And now Talon Witt's going to pitch. Jackson Waltzing moving upfield. He's got a first down. Out past the 35. Now it gets twisted down to the turf by Trevor Larson near the 37-yard line. So quick opening there, and Jackson Waltzing picks up 17 and an Alexandria first down.
Yeah, a little misdirection there, and I think it was an option there, and Talon with a pitch to the running back.
So the Cardinals in better field position now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 40-yard line. 21-16, Bemidji with the advantage. We are in the second quarter. Talon Witt is going to hand off. Waltzing with the cut to the left, stays on his feet, barrels forward, and I think he's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, you got initial blocking from his line and then another block downfield by Thomas Hendricks on that play.
Forward progress to the 47-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 and another Alexandria Cardinals first down. So back-to-back carries for Jackson Waltzing, resulting in first down yardage. And now here comes the quarterback, Talon Witt, with some room to run. Crosses into Bemidji territory and will angle out of bounds. And he'll be escorted out near the 42-yard line, but that'll be a gain of 11, and Alexandria moves the sticks again.
Yeah, Jack Morissette got downfield to throw a block, and I think also Mason Witt as well.
So the Cardinals showing some solid gains on this series, 3 plays and 3 first down runs. First and 10 now at the Bemidji 42. And here's Brody Berg back in. He bursts up the middle, and he'll be very close to a first down. Boy, it seems like, Tim, that Bemidji has done some things to neutralize Alexandria's passing attack, but the running game has been showing very, very well.
Yeah, I think, they're mixing things up between an odd front and an even front, and we're just kind of keeping track of how many men are in the box and making decisions based on that.
Line of scrimmage, the 32, and now Bemidji is able to slow Brody Berg down as he'll be stopped right near the line of scrimmage after his previous carry was good for 10.
Yeah, I don't know if they blitzed, but they were able to get penetration into our backfield that time, so Brody only able to pick up a single yard on that carry.
Unofficially now, Brody Berg 63 yards rushing, Talon Witt 52 yards rushing, and Jackson Waltzing 67 yards rushing. So that's almost 180 yards right there from those 3 ball carriers here in the first half. Second down and 9. The Cardinals with the ball at the 31. Talon Witt rolling to the left. He's going to pitch, and Berg put the ball on the turf, and Bemidji's going to get its 3rd recovery of this first half of play. Trevor Larson is going to recover the fumble for Bemidji.
Spencer Kleindl with the tackle there. That time, Bemidji did a nice job of reading the play, and they had both the quarterback and the running back covered.
So the Cardinals at times have been their own worst enemy tonight. Alexandria had gone the last couple of games without a turnover and now have turned the ball over 3 times here in the first half. We still have 1:50 to go until intermission. Bemidji is set to get the football to begin the 3rd quarter, and right now the Lumberjacks are in possession with a 5-point lead at 21-16. The line of scrimmage will be the 35-yard line. Owen Vandermeer under center for Bemidji, and he is going to dive right in after faking the handoff, and he'll get a couple of tough yards there for the Jacks. And it'll be second down and about 7 there for Bemidji.
Zabel and Morissette both in on that tackle.
And Bemidji has just 1 timeout remaining here in this first half, so Coach Brian Stoffel will be careful as to when to use the timeout. I'm sure he would like to see his team get a first down, maybe get a chunk play. Chunk plays have helped out the Jacks tonight in Alexandria. Kind of a double wing formation. Now the handoff to the fullback, and the plunge forward is for Trevor Larson, and he'll navigate for about 4 or 5 yards.
Morissette with another tackle there, and we are under a minute here, left in the half.
Looks like the gain will be 4 for Larson, so 3rd down and 3 now for the Bemidji Lumberjacks.
Can't let the Jacks get out on the perimeter here.
Yeah, Reese Knighty has been able to score on some pitches to the outside, and another healthy gain on the ground.
Clock is under 30 seconds.
Yep, still 6 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And Vandermeer under center is going to go with the inside handoff, and I don't think the ball carrier got the first down. Let's see if Alexandria might take a timeout on defense here. Preserve some clock. I think Trevor Larson got stopped short of the line to gain. So now it'll be 4th down and 1 for Bemidji on its own side of the field. Tim, what are you seeing on the scoreboard clock?
They just ran out.
Okay, so neither team did want to take the timeout, so time expires here in this first half. Again, Bemidji is set to get the football when the second half gets underway, and the visitors will own a 5-point lead. At the break on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's the Bemidji Lumberjacks 21, the Alexandria Cardinals 16. Along with Tim Zupfer, this is DMAC Dave McClurg. We will take a break. We'll hear a few words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Then we're back with the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. Now these words.
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Welcome back to Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus and our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. You are watching it on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Big thank you to our friends, Jim and the crew at Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor for our live Alexandria Cardinal Sports play-by-play. We appreciate you listening on the radio or through your Voice of Alexandria app. The app is made possible with the support of Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and of course the radio coverage on 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM, KXRA Alexandria. And it is halftime here at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. Right now, the Cardinals in a tussle as Alexandria is trailing the Bemidji Lumberjacks by a score of 21-16. A game that has featured some explosive plays. It's featured some points, especially in the second period when the teams combined to score 30. But right now, it's Bemidji up by 3. And Tim Zupfer, as we bring you into the conversation here, we have seen Alexandria do some things that really the Cardinals have not done very much at all this year. They only had two games where they've turned the ball over against Monticello in week 2 and at Sartell in week 3, but the turnover numbers there were very minimal. 3 games with turnover-free football, but give Bemidji some credit. They have scouted Alexandria very well, and Bemidji's gotten 3 takeaways from Alexandria.
Yeah, the three turnovers, especially that last one, it didn't fortunately it didn't result in points for Bemidji, but the Cardinals were moving and had a chance to put a score on the board before half there to retake the lead, and unfortunately the pitch was just not handled, and big reason for that is Bemidji had that play read perfectly. They had a player both on it was an option pitch, and they had both our running back and our quarterback covered on that play.
This is a game that has evolved where Alexandria's offense has spent quite a bit of time out on the field, and I know you'll share the time of possession numbers in just a little while. And I feel, even though we're disappointed that the Cardinals are not owning the advantage right now, having the offense on the field and requiring Bemidji's defense to spend some time out on the field, I think can have some positive impact for Alexandria when we get deeper into this ball game.
Well, I agree with that. Potentially we can wear their defense down a little bit. My concern is the quick scoring, and the big chunk plays that Bemidji's come up with. They've really caught us on some misdirection plays, a couple reverses for 2 big scores, and I think the team that makes the defensive adjustments at halftime is the one that will win the football game.
We'll go through some statistical numbers, but first a scoring recap. Bemidji scored first, and now the teams have traded scores since. So Alexandria got the 2nd and 4th scores of the night, and Bemidji got scores 1, 3, and 5. All of them touchdowns. It's the conversion issue that has kind of an odd number right now, with Bemidji up 21-16 at the break. Reese Knighty, touchdown run. That went 62 yards after the Lumberjacks were able to intercept a Talon Witt pass. Trevor Larson was able to get the interception, and on the very next play, Snighty scored late in the first quarter to break the scoreless tie. Austin Rewer added the extra point. And then the teams traded scores all in the second period as the Jacks were up 7-0 after the quarter. Alexandria's Brody Berg scored on a touchdown run from 7 yards out after the Cardinals recovered a fumble on Bemidji's side of the field. And then the 2-point conversion run, actually it was a pass from Mason Witt to Blake Scholl, and that made it 8-7 in favor of Alexandria. Bemidji would come back and score just 2 plays after that. A big 75-yard run got the Lumberjacks into position to score, and Trevor Larson was able to get it in from 2 yards out. The 2-point conversion run by the Lumberjacks' Miles Gish was good, and Bemidji had a 15-8 lead. That was with 7:41 to go in the second quarter. And then the Cardinals scored less than a half a minute after that. A 75-yard catch and run from quarterback Talon Witt to Thomas Hinrichs. 75-yard scoring play there. The 2-point conversion run by Talon Witt was good, and it was 16-15, but then Bemidji would come back to score on a subsequent series. A 6-play, 77-yard drive. 3 first downs capped off by some misdirection. Reese Knighty scoring from 22 yards out. The conversion pass was no good. We had no further scoring in the first half, so Bemidji is up by 5 at the break. Going through some unofficial numbers tonight, these two teams have combined for almost 400 yards of offense in the first half. Plays from scrimmage, Bemidji ran 22, Alexandria ran 36. But the Lumberjacks have similar yardage to Alexandria in spite of the play disparity. Alexandria actually had the total yardage advantage, 282 yards unofficially compared to Bemidji's 258. Another key variable in this first half, turnovers. Bemidji turned the ball over 2 times. Alexandria turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. Neither team was required to punt the football. The breakdown in terms of the yardage, Alexandria unofficially 180 on the ground, 102 through the air. Again, 75 of that came on one pass play, the scoring pass from Talon Witt to Thomas Hinrichs. Jackson Waltzing, the leading ground gainer for Alexandria, 67 yards rushing in 6 carries in the first half, and he did have a long run of 17 in the first half. Brody Berg, 12 rushes for 61 yards. He did score a rushing touchdown to get Alexandria on the board in the second period. He did, however, lose a fumble in the second quarter. The Lumberjacks leading ground gainers. Reese Knighty, 4 rushes for 101 yards, including 2 scores. And then a couple of carries for Talon Schermerhorn, one being a 75-yarder to set up Bemidji's second score of the game. Bemidji ran for 219 yards unofficially in the first half on 19 carries, so that's almost, what would you say, 12 to 13 yards per rush. But again, when you have a 62-yard run, a 75-yard run, and then later runs of 22 and 17 yards, that's going to pump the per rush average up. The Lumberjacks threw for 39 yards, going 1 of 3 through the air. Owen Vandermeer, 1 of 3, 1 interception, 39 yards, and the pass completion went to Miles Gish in the second quarter. The Alexandria passing, Talon Witt, 5 of 10 for 102 yards, 2 interceptions, 1 scoring pass that went to Thomas Hinrichs. Hinrichs had 3 receptions for 96 yards in the first half. 1 catch each for Mason Witt and for Brady Gunberg. Gunberg got no yardage on his reception. Mason Witt's reception was for 6 yards. Third down and fourth down efficiency in the first half. Bemidji was 1 for 3 on third down and 0 for 1 on fourth down. Alexandria was 1 for 4 on third down in the first half and 1 for 3 on third down. 1 for 3 on fourth down, 1 for 4 on third down. So the late downs have not been friendly for Alexandria, just 2 for 7 combined on third and fourth downs. So those are some of the numbers. It's been fairly penalty-free. 1 penalty for 5 yards against Alexandria in the first half. The Cardinals had 13 first downs, 10 of those on the ground. Bemidji with 7 first downs, 6 on the ground. And Tim, I'll let you go through some time of possession numbers and maybe some of the top tacklers for Alexandria in that first half.
Okay, Dave, as you mentioned, the Cardinals running more plays from scrimmage than Bemidji, and that shows up in the time of possession. Cardinals just a little over 13 and a half minutes time of possession to Bemidji's just under 10 minutes time of possession. Tackle leaders kind of led by our defensive line and linebackers, Jack Morissette, Jensen Martinson, each with 3, 2 each for Evan Zabel and Spencer Kleindl. Linebacking crew, 3 for Connor Wang, 2 each for Aiden Schneiderhan and Brett Meyer. And then a special teams tackle and 1 more tackle from a defensive lineman, Aiden Button with 2. Connor Anderson also has 2.
At the end of one quarter, Bemidji was up 7-0. Alexandria won the second quarter by 2, but Bemidji will carry a 5-point lead into the second half, and the Jacks will get the football to start the third period. It's Bemidji 21, Alexandria 16. That is the mid-game report presented to you on our Leighton Media platforms by our friends at Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We'll take a timeout, and then our Leighton Media crew will return to Viking Bank Field with the second half of Alexandria Cardinal football after we enjoy these messages from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I mean, I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
We are just about ready for the start of the second half of North Star North District football from Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School. Right now, the Bemidji Lumberjacks, winners of back-to-back games, with a 5-point advantage over Alexandria, which is trying to win its 5th consecutive game after a season-opening loss in Chanhassen. This is one of 2 matchups involving teams in the North Star North that are going head-to-head. The other one is in Sartell, as the Sabres are hoping to keep Sauk Rapids Rice winless. That's capping off homecoming week at Sartell High School. The Sabres and Sauk Rapids Rice. Brainerd is the North Star North team that is not playing a district foe tonight. Monticello is up in Brainerd to take on the Warriors. Of course, Brainerd will be the opponent that visits Alexandria 1 week from tonight. We will have that game on our Leighton Media platforms, including the viewing on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Plus, we'll have the traditional KXRA radio play-by-play. Brainerd at Alexandria 1 week from tonight. Game time is set for 7. The pregame show will be on the air at approximately 6:30 prior to the play-by-play. We will begin broadcast coverage of Section 8 AAA soccer this coming week. Our first broadcast will be Tuesday. The official bracket for the Section 8 AAA girls and boys soccer tournaments will be released once tomorrow's games have been completed. It's likely that the Alexandria girls soccer team will be on the road to start the playoffs, but the Alexandria boys soccer team should be at home to begin the playoffs on Tuesday night. The Alexandria boys soccer team would be at Viking Bank Field for a first-round playoff match against an opponent to be determined again in Class AAA, Section 8 on Tuesday. The playoff opener for Luis Moreno's Alexandria girls soccer team would be on Wednesday. And again, the prospects are possible that the Cardinal girls soccer team may go to Elk River to start the postseason, or maybe go north to Bemidji to begin the postseason. We will find out once the brackets are revealed over the weekend. But we know we will be here at Viking Bank Field next Friday night for regular season high school football on our Leighton Media platforms. Brainerd at Alexandria for a 7 o'clock kickoff. If Brainerd does not beat Monticello tonight, then the Warriors will enter that game with 3 consecutive defeats after starting the year 3-0. So Jason Freed is hoping his team gets back on track tonight, but Monticello is on a nice little roll right now. The Magic blew out Buffalo last week 52-14 in a renewal of a Wright County battle. Of course, Buffalo and Monticello both located in Wright County. And now that Buffalo's in Class 5A, the Bison show up on the Monticello Magic schedule. Here's a deep kickoff. It'll be fielded at the 3-yard line, and a return for Reese Snidy. Gets into the open, out past the 40-yard line, and Bemidji's going to have some very good field position to begin the first series of the second half. That'll be a return of close to 40 yards for Reese Snidy. And the Jacks will operate at their own 43-yard line.
I think it was Isaiah Jackson with that tackle.
So Bemidji gets a good special teams kickoff return here and operates 57 yards away from the Alexandria end zone. 2 receivers showing up to the right side. Again, kind of a double wing and a fullback as well. Handoff goes to the fullback, and there's Larson getting into the open. He's got a first down, and he'll be dragged down from behind. I think Connor Anderson may have been able to bring him down, but not before a big gain down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, the line of Bemidji there able to open up a big hole for him, and Connor was kind of the last man with a chance.
So a chunk play there for Bemidji means a first down, and the Jacks now have it at the 34-yard line on the Alexandria side of the field. Bemidji up 21-16. We're early in the third quarter. And now Owen Vandermeer, the quarterback, tries to get to the edge.
Might have fumbled?
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Well, still no signal as of yet. I think the Cardinal defense was signaling football for Alexandria, but the officials will not agree. I think Owen Vandermeer was down before the ball got separated.
Yeah, ruled him down by contact. Blake Scholl with penetration and tackle.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Second down has been a rather productive down for Bemidji. I know that the second touchdown for Reese Snidy was on a second down play, and now we've got movement up front. I think somebody on the right side of Bemidji's offensive line moved too soon.
Yeah,
and
the right tackle.
And that will be the Lumberjacks' first penalty of the night. So a 5-yard walk-off, and that's going to bring up second down and 15. Maybe that's another hidden key as to why Bemidji's owning the lead right now, Tim. Bemidji's not been in a lot of second or third down and long situations.
No, it's important for the Cardinals to, we haven't forced Bemidji to punt yet.
Yeah, neither team punted in the opening half. The ball now resting out near the Alexandria 39, and here's a give off, and it's going to be a gain for Snidy, and he'll get the penalty yardage back and maybe a couple more. Looks like forward progress will be down to the 32-yard line.
Connor Wang with that tackle.
So a 7-yard gain makes it third down and 8 yards here for Bemidji. And now Vandermeer is going to pitch it over the middle, and wide open is the receiver, and he's going to go for a touchdown.
Yeah, just a tight end, just slipping over the middle, and we weren't able to pick him up.
I think it was Reese Snidy that fired the ball over the middle, and Wyatt Turvestall is able to score the touchdown, and that will be a gain of 32 yards and a score. And Bemidji is now worked to a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. It is 27-16 for the Lumberjacks, and now Brian Stoffel, the head coach of Bemidji, will bring Austin Rewer in to try the extra point to make it a 12-point spread. Ball snapped back. Placement is down, and the kick is going to be through, but I think we had a flag being thrown here, so we'll see what the penalty is going to be for here. And we're not certain as to why the penalty flag got thrown, but we're about to find out.
Officials discussing it.
9:59 is our time remaining here in the third quarter, and Bemidji has extended its lead. Right now at 27-16, and it may be an infraction
Looks
on
like a
Alexandria.
penalty on Alexandria, yeah.
And
offside probably.
Yeah, the kick was good. Oh, a personal foul on Alexandria, and the violation is for hurdling. So
And they get to assess it on the kickoff, so that'll move the kickoff up 15.
So we're going to take a 30-second timeout, and as we go to the break, let's update the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's now Bemidji leading Alexandria 28-16.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
The Bemidji Lumberjack football team extends its halftime lead out to 12 after getting a score on the first series of the second half. Again, a pretty quick series, only 4 plays to go 57 yards. Reese Snidy has been involved in 3 of the Lumberjacks' touchdowns tonight. He throws a pass to Wyatt Turvestall that ends up covering 32 yards. And now Bemidji will kick off from the 45-yard line after that 15-yard personal foul penalty, and the ball goes into the end zone. So Alexandria is going to start at its own 20-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like, he had it set up on the tee lengthwise and looked like they're potentially setting up for an onside kick, but did not choose to do so.
So Alexandria now in a 2-score deficit, and even going back to the season opener against Chanhassen, I don't believe the Alexandria football team was ever in a 2-score deficit down there. That second half evolved in into kind of a back and forth game, but here Bemidji's up by 12. Talon Witt's going to look to throw. Now he's rushed out of the pocket, and he's going to carry the football beyond the line of scrimmage. It'll be a short gain. And it seems, Tim, as I'm watching things up here in the press box, Bemidji's downfield coverage with those defensive backs has been very solid against Alexandria's receivers.
Yeah, it has been solid. When he rolls out to his left like that, he really only has one side of the field to throw to, and they had those receivers covered.
So it'll be a pickup of 2 and second down and 8 yards to go. 2 receivers on each side for Alexandria. Brody Berg in the backfield, now a straight drop back. And again, Talon Witt being flushed to the left. He's being pressured. He'll throw up the sideline, and the ball is caught. That's Grady Starzl on the reception for Alexandria, and he'll be wrapped up by Miles Gish, but not before the Cardinals pick up a first down out beyond the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Talon Witt doing a nice job of just keeping the play alive until Grady could come all the way across the field on a crossing route.
So Alexandria picks up a first down, the 14th of the night for the Cardinals. And they operate at the 37-yard line, flowing right to left in this third period. Now a handoff, and Brody Berg got to the second level and then got stood up. And now kind of a rugby scrum, if you will. But Berg will still pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards on that first down play. Looks like forward progress will be out to the 43, so give Brody Berg 6 yards.
Yeah, he did a nice jump cut after getting that handoff, and then, got to the second level.
Again, 4 receivers set, 2 receivers both ways. Second down and handoff here, and Brody Berg kind of lowers his shoulders, and he'll be out close to first down territory. Depends on where the officials spot the football.
They've signaled first down.
So a pickup of 4 there for Berg, and 4 fresh downs for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria now with 15 first downs, Bemidji with 9 in tonight's game, but the Lumberjacks have a 12-point lead at 28-16. We are in the third quarter. D-Mac and Tim Zupfer with the play-by-play. Now a good snap. Talon Witt flyers to the right side. Mason Witt gets to the edge, up the sideline, and he may have a first down as he was working right along that Bemidji sideline.
That time Bemidji brought an extra linebacker into the box, so the Cardinals throw the bubble screen out to the right to Mason Witt. He got a block out in front, and looks like 9 yards.
Yep, 9-yard gain there, so it's second down and a yard to go here for Alexandria.
Light box now.
And now the handoff. Berg gets into the open. 30, 20, down the sideline, toward the end zone, and he is up to the goal line and in for the touchdown. Brody Berg is going to carry it in for an Alexandria score. And the Cardinals now back to within a one-score deficit. It is 28-22 on a 44-yard run for Brody Berg for 6 points. And that will put Berg over 100 yards rushing tonight. Now we're going to see Ethan Carlson in to try the PAT here for Alexandria. Brody Berg with his second touchdown run of the game, this one coming from 44 yards out. So the ball will be placed down, and Ethan Carlson's kick is up, and it is good. 8:02 remains in the third period, and we're going to take a 30-second break to hear a message from one of our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. Updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it now reads Bemidji 28, Alexandria 23.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Down run, and Alexandria is back to within 5, trailing 28-23. The ensuing kickoff is going to be fielded on a bounce by Bemidji, and Brennan Brower will return it out past the 25, and Bemidji will have its second series of the third quarter.
Riker Johnson with that special teams tackle.
So the Jacks will start first and 10 at their own 26-yard line. So Bemidji has shown the explosive play capability tonight, and Alexandria is going to try to neutralize that and get the ball back. Bemidji up 28-23. Here's Owen Vandermeer. He'll tuck the football in, gets wrapped up, but not before he takes Jack Morissette and maybe another defender along for a ride. 4 to 5 hard yards there for the Jacks quarterback, Owen Vandermeer.
Yeah, they've, well, they have attacked us up the middle a few times, but their bigger plays have when they've gone wide, or they had the one pass play here now in third quarter as well.
Yep, that touchdown pass actually did go over the middle as the receiver Wyatt Turvestall was able to get that touchdown reception to cap off Bemidji's last series. The Jacks have actually scored on 3 of their last 4 series tonight, with the one non-scoring series just winding up the clock to wrap up the first half. Now it's going to be Brennan Brower getting the carry, but he had nowhere to go, and he'll be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, he ran into Evan Zabel.
So it'll be a third down and about 6. A key down here for Alexandria. Bemidji is 2 for 4 on third down. In fact, the Lumberjacks actually scored on their last third down conversion attempt. That was the touchdown pass from Reese Snidey over the middle to Wyatt Turvestall. Bemidji by 5 as we're in the third quarter at Alexandria Area High School Stadium. Now 2 receivers to the right. There goes Miles Gish to the left. Vandermeer's going to step up, puts it up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete. And then a flag is going to come down in the secondary.
Oh, that's
Alexandria
terrible.
may have had a defensive holding call here.
That was not catchable. That was 7-10 yards
shy. Oh, yep. That, and they are going to call pass interference. Not the appropriate call there, but it will be an automatic first down for the Bemidji Lumberjacks after the Alexandria foul. And I tell you, Vandermeer was under heavy pressure there, but he gets bailed out with Alexandria committing a defensive penalty.
Yeah, he threw that. I mean, he's throwing against the wind, and it's a good 7-8 yards short of the receiver. The receiver didn't have a chance to get back to that ball.
Yeah, I guess maybe in the official's mind, maybe the receiver was trying to attempt to get back.
I think he probably was, but I would say that was uncatchable.
So a first down for Bemidji, and now at the Jacks 46-yard line. Here's Vandermeer rolling to the left. He'll tuck the football in up to midfield, down the sideline. Grady Starzl was trying to wrap him up, but Vandermeer's going to get enough for a first down.
Yeah, and they attacked us on the outside again. They've been pretty successful with that.
Yeah, and that might be something that future opponents like Brainerd and Robbinsdale Armstrong will look. Maybe Alexandria is vulnerable at defending the edge. It'll be a gain of 15 here for Vandermeer.
Well, and that was something we contained so well against Elk River.
So back-to-back first downs, of course, won by defensive penalty. And Bemidji's operating on the Cardinals side of the field at the 39-yard line. Bemidji 28, Alexandria 23, third quarter, and there's a gain for Trevor Larson, the fullback, and he just challenged an Alexandria defender one-on-one and kind of barreled that Alexandria defender over to get the necessary yardage for a first down.
Carson Gesh with that tackle.
7 carries now for Trevor Larson, unofficially for 54 yards. And Bemidji doing a nice job so far, responding to Alexandria's last scoring drive. We are now 6 minutes into the third quarter. Bemidji by 5, but the Jacks are on the move in Alexandria territory. Vandermeer hands off to Larson. He got met behind the line of scrimmage.
That would be Blake Scholl.
Yep, and Scholl should get a TFL there, tackle for loss. Should be a loss of about a yard, or nope, they're actually going to say back to the line of scrimmage, but still good surge there by the junior Blake Scholl.
Yep, from his defensive end position there.
So it'll be second down and 10 yards to go. Bemidji, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, has the light-colored jerseys and the white pants. White jerseys, white pants, navy numerals, and the navy blue helmets. Now Vandermeer is going to tuck the ball in, cuts upfield. He's got a first down into the second level again, and he's going to advance it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup on the keeper by Owen Vandermeer of close to 18 yards.
And Mason Witt, one of the tacklers on that play. He's done a nice job of carrying out his fakes. He hides the ball very well.
Owen Vandermeer on the keeper picks up 17, so the Jacks now operating in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Bemidji threatening to go up by 2 scores here as we get to the late stages of the third quarter. Vandermeer hands off. Larson got wrapped, and now a late penalty flag is going to come down after the tackle was made. If the gain stands, it's going to be for about 4, but did one of the officials sense a face mask pull?
That would be my guess, unless it was some type of illegal block.
Yep, the officials are discussing it before we get the call. The gain, if it stands, would be about 3 for Trevor Larson. And now we will get the signal. It is a personal foul face mask penalty on Alexandria, so that will be half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down. So now 2 defensive penalties on Alexandria here in this third period on this particular series. And that's now 5 first downs for Bemidji on the series. It's first down and goal to go. The football now resting at the 4-yard line.
Looks like they can get a first down at the 2.
Okay, so that was a repeat of the first down, so not an automatic first down there. And now the handoff, Larson over the left side, and he's
just short.
Yep, he shorted the end zone, but he did get enough for the first down.
Right.
So it'll be goal to go now for the Bemidji Lumberjacks football team, as Larson picked up a little more than 3 yards there. So first and goal, the Jacks just shy of the goal line, trying to go up by 2 scores as we move under 4 minutes remaining in the third period.
Evan Zabel gets credited with that last tackle.
Owen Vandermeer, the junior quarterback, will line up under center for Bemidji, and he's going to hand off. Larson is going to waltz into the end zone. It's a 1-yard touchdown run for Trevor Larson, and Bemidji's back to a 2-score advantage, taking an 11-point lead at 34-23. So Bemidji has now had back-to-back scoring drives to begin this third quarter, and Alexandria's defense is being given a huge challenge tonight. And now it's going to be Austin Rewer in to try the extra point. Again, 2-score advantage for Bemidji here in the third quarter. The ball placed down and the kick is up and it is through. And with 3:38 to go in the third period, the Lumberjacks are back to a 12-point lead. It is now Bemidji 35, Alexandria 23. A big thank you to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, helping to bring you our play-by-play tonight. Whether you're watching on our YouTube channel or listening on KXRA Radio, you are hearing their promotional messages and announcements throughout the course of this evening's broadcast. If you are in the Alexandria Lakes area, we encourage you to patronize these area businesses, as they are the ones that help to bring you live play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal sports all throughout the school year. That includes soccer, girls swimming and diving, volleyball and football in the fall, boys swimming and diving, gymnastics, wrestling, basketball, and hockey in the winter, baseball and fast-pitch softball in the spring. Again, a big thank you to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. Trevor Larson on a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Lumberjacks now 3 for 3 on the PATs. The ensuing kickoff is going to be returnable, and it's going to be
Gavin Schroeder.
Yeah, Gavin Schroeder out past the 25-yard line. He'll get out to about the 27, so that one got kicked deep, but Gavin Schroeder was able to get some return yardage there. And now the Cardinals will try to counter. It's almost been a situation here that Alexandria's offense is under pressure to keep scoring, as Bemidji is in front 35-23.
Yeah, we need to keep scoring and eventually get a stop one of these times with our defense.
So the Cardinals operate 71 yards away from the Bemidji end zone. The wind at the back for Alexandria for about another 3.5 minutes of game time. And now a handoff, but this time Bemidji is able to stop the run. Cardinals have been able to get yardage in chunks running the football tonight, but nothing on the first down carry, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
Yeah, good penetration that time by the Jacks for a 1-yard loss.
So 2nd down and actually call it 11 for Alexandria. Talon Witt getting up to the offensive line, now going back into the shotgun formation. 4 receivers set. Berg in the backfield, joined by Talon Witt. Now a good snap. Talon looking to throw, now flush to his left. Looks upfield, throws upfield, and a diving grab made by Brady Gunberg. And that will be out at the Bemidji 41-yard line, so that helps to flip the field a little bit as Gunberg makes the catch.
Yeah, Bemidji had penetration from their defensive line, forcing Talon to roll out to his left, but Talon able to keep that play alive and find Gunberg all the way down the field.
That will be a gain of 31 on the pass completion from Talon Witt to Brady Gunberg, and now a handoff here, and Berg kind of sneaks through and will get about 5 yards.
Yeah, he, once he finds a little bit of a hole with his strength, he's able to pick up a few yards after contact.
Berg has gotten a couple of touchdowns rushing tonight, as he scored from 7 yards out in the first half, 44 yards out here in the second half. Late third quarter, Alexandria down by 12. Now here's a handoff. Berg tries to bust one tackle, but other Bemidji defenders are in, and they hold Berg to a pickup of about 2.
Now, last time we had 3 receivers to the right, and it only looked like Bemidji had 2 defenders out there.
Logan Karen and Trevor Larson helping out on the stop for Bemidji. 3rd down and 3 yards to go. We're down to about a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter, and Alexandria trails 35-23.
Same formation. I think we could get that bubble screen out there.
Trips to the right side, which is the wide side of the field, with the ball on the left hash mark. Talon Witt looking over to the Alexandria sideline, awaits the snap from Brendan Behrens. Here's the pitch, and Mason Witt makes the catch inside the 25, down to about the 21, before he is taken down by the Bemidji defender, Gunnar Gansky.
Yeah, good read there by the coaching staff and Talon. Just a quick slant to Mason with the defensive backs giving him a 5-yard cushion.
So the Alexandria Cardinals do pick up the first down, now operating just outside the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone.
Light box on defense again.
And it's going to be Talon Witt looking to throw. He'll air it out for Thomas Hendricks, and a little bit over his head. Tom is a tall young man, but even that was too high for him to haul in.
Yeah, they went with a double move that time. Pump fake to him on a shorter route, and then he released deep and just weren't quite able to connect.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go at the 21-yard line. Bemidji 35, Alexandria 23. We are in the third quarter. Under a minute remaining in the period.
Might see Brody Berg here.
Yeah, looks like Bemidji has the 4 down linemen, and it will be a handoff. And Berg takes a couple of defenders for a ride. I think it was Schwinghammer in on the stop. Nemo Schwinghammer after Berg picks up about 4 yards. So 3rd down coming up here, and I presume this would be 4 down territory for Alexandria.
Yeah, it has to be.
With the Cardinals down by 12. Alexandria did convert on 3rd down earlier in this series, but are just 2 for 5 on 3rd down tonight.
Jackson waltzing in the backfield now.
Let's see if Alexandria can get this play off before the end of the period. And now nope, I think the clock ran out, so the Cardinals were not able to get off the play before the end of the third period. So Bemidji will carry a 12-point lead into the fourth. 1 minute timeout here along our Leighton Media platforms. Through 3 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in this North Star North District matchup. Bemidji leads in Alexandria 35-23.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the fourth quarter at Alexandria Area High School Stadium begins, the Alexandria Cardinal football team in unfamiliar position. Trailing by 12 as Bemidji leads 35-23. The Cardinals operate in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone with the pigskin just outside Bemidji's 17-yard line. Alexandria facing a 3rd down and 7. The Cardinals likely in 4 down territory here, being down by a couple of scores. Talon Witt, the senior quarterback and captain, fakes the handoff. He's going to tuck the ball in, breaks one tackle, then gets met at the 15. That was pretty good follow-up coverage there by the Bemidji linebackers.
Yeah, as he cut to his right, the linebackers were able to cut him off with. So we got 4th down and
almost
4.
5 yards.
Yeah, a long 4, yeah.
So Alexandria is going to keep the offense on the field here. The Cardinals were empty on actually did convert 1 4th down back in the first half. 1 for 3 on 4th down. 4 receivers set, 4th down, and a long 4 for Alexandria inside the 15-yard line. Talon Witt looking to throw. Now flushed. Rolls
should have
to the
room
left.
now.
Yep, now he dumps it ahead, and the pass is caught, and it's going to be out of the backfield, I believe. Brody, or was that Jackson Waltzing out of the backfield? It was Waltzing making the catch, and it's going to be a touchdown for Alexandria, and the Cardinals back to within 1 score here early in the 4th quarter.
Nice read by Talon there. There was just one defender. He had to choose to take Talon or stay with the receiver, and once he stepped up to pick up Talon was able to throw it over his head for the touchdown.
Yeah, so it is now a 35-29 game in favor of Bemidji, and Ethan Carlson will be in to try the extra point. Ball placed down, and the kick is deflected, and it is no good. So 50 seconds into the 4th quarter, Alexandria trims into the Bemidji margin, but the Jacks still up by 6 points. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard as we take a 30-second break. It's now Bemidji 35, Alexandria 29.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
The two teams have been trading scoring possessions here in the second half. Bemidji with 2 series and 2 scores. Now Alexandria with 2 series and 2 scores. A 9-play, 71-yard drive on 4th down. Talon Witt connects with Jackson Waltzing on a 15-yard scoring pass. The ensuing kickoff is a live ball, and it's going to be fielded, and then Bemidji will not handle it. It goes out of bounds. The Jacks are going to keep the ball, and it will be possession at the 24-yard line. And Bemidji did have to try to touch the ball because it was a live ball when it was put in play and then taking a bounce off the turf. But Bemidji will handle the football at its own 24-yard line. Again, the Lumberjacks have scored on their last 4 meaningful possessions, touchdowns on each one. The only series where Bemidji didn't score was right at the end of the first half when the Jacks ran 3 plays and ran out the clock to take a 5-point lead at the break. Right now, the lead is 6 at 35-29. Again, the winner of this game will be all alone in first place in the North Star North District and likely have the inside track to getting the top seed for the Class 5A Section 8 football tournament coming up later this month. Owen Vandermeer is under center, and he's going to hand off, and the ball carrier, I believe that was Trevor Larson, surged over the left side and picked up about 4 yards.
Connor Wang with that tackle.
So it'll be second down and gain of about 4 there for Larson. Trevor Larson unofficially now 65 yards rushing and 12 carries, and he's got a couple of rushing touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, they run just enough plays up the middle, and that sets up their outside game.
Yeah, second down and 6. Vandermeer's going to pitch, and it's on the turf. Gish looking to fall on it, and he does, but it's going to be a loss on the play. So Miles Gish, able to fall on the football, but that's going to be a negative yardage play for Bemidji, and third down and very long now for the Lumberjacks back near their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Cardinals need to make a play here, and it needs to be clean with no penalties.
Yep, it'll be a third down and about 12. Bemidji needs to get to its own 34-yard line to move the sticks.
They're in a run formation.
And the Alexandria fans down below us here making some noise. Vandermeer looking to throw. It's going to be aired out over the middle, and it's incomplete. The ball was thrown deep, but Miles Gish was the intended receiver. We did have a penalty flag come down. I think it's going to be false start on Bemidji.
Cardinals will decline that, I think.
Yep, hopefully take the football, and it is going to be a decline penalty on the false start. So 3 and out for the Bemidji offense.
Yeah, it was actually ruled an illegal formation, so maybe they didn't have enough on the line of scrimmage.
So now an apparent punting situation here for Bemidji. And Talon Schermerhorn is the normal punter for the Lumberjacks. Of course, he was one of the guys that had a nice gain running the football back in the first half. The line of scrimmage is the 22-yard line. And the ball is up in the air. Not a very deep kick, but it's going to take a Lumberjacks bounce and head out of bounds around the 46-yard line. So Alexandria is able to get a defensive stop, and the Cardinals will have the football down by 6 points. It is a 35-29 lead for Bemidji. The Lumberjacks were up by 5 at the break. Alexandria's had a couple of brief leads in this game at 8-7 and 16-15. Now the Cardinals are down by 6, but they've got the football at their own 43-yard line. That last punt traveling 35 yards. So Alexandria will look to get the go-ahead score here. They would need a touchdown and extra point to take the lead. And the last PAT was partially blocked. Now we've got a handoff here and a surge left side for the ball carrier, Brody Berg, and he'll move out past the 45-yard line.
Yeah, the Bemidji defense there able to stack him up, but still gets about 4 yards on that carry. Now they move the ball back a yard,
right,
so about 3.5.
So 2nd down and 7 now for Alexandria. The Cardinals working toward the south end zone here in the fourth quarter, which is into the breeze. Talon Witt will pitch it. Mason Witt will catch it, and he's down right away, shy of midfield. So
yeah, it was a similar pass that he caught for a first down going the other way, but only a 2-yard gain here.
Yeah, 3rd down, and we'll call it 3rd and 4 here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Cards down by a score of 35-29. We are in the fourth quarter. Talon Witt still has about 15 seconds on the play clock to get the snap from Brendan Behrens. Good snap, and it's going to be a handoff, and bursting through Brody Berg. Kind of got knocked around like he was in a pinball machine, but Alexandria ran on 3rd and 4, and Berg picks up about 6 yards, and more importantly, an Alexandria Cardinal first down.
I think he got a key block there by Spencer Kleindell as well.
So first down run for Brody Berg. Again, Alexandria down by a score here at Viking Bank Field. The Cardinals now on the Bemidji side of the field as we go under 8 minutes remaining fourth quarter. Handoff, Berg sheds one tackle, then another into the open. He could go 20, trying to elude the defense. He'll be wrapped up around the 5-yard line.
Cardinals called the right play. Bemidji blitzed on that play, and we ended up beating the blitz, and they didn't have the defensive back there to get the running back.
And now the Alexandria Cardinals are operating deep in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. It's first down and goal to go inside the 5-yard line. Talon Witt gets the snap from Barron's, hand off to Jackson Waltzing, and he got stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no gain.
So Waltzing in to spell Brody Berg here while Berg catches his breath. Waltzing ran for more than 60 yards in the first half. That was his first touch running the football here in the second half. He did have a pass reception earlier in this second half. So 2nd and goal, the ball at the 5-yard line. Here is Talon Witt, and he fakes the handoff. Now he throws left side, pass is caught, and it's
stepped out.
Oh boy, right near the spot of the line of scrimmage. So unfortunately, that is no gain. as Mason
Yeah, it would
Witt.
have been a touchdown, but he just got a little bit too wide on that play.
So 3rd down and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Again, Alexandria down 35-29, 6:48 to go in regulation time. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. D-Mac and Coach Z, Dave McClurg, Tim Zupfer on the broadcast call. Talon Witt out of the shotgun is going to roll, tucks it in toward the goal line, and he's going to be across for the touchdown.
Did he pitch it right at the end?
If he did, I think it would be an illegal pitch.
No, he can pitch it. He can lateral.
Okay, he must have done that down by the goal line, as Alexandria is going to get the go-ahead score. Again, for our YouTube audience, our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you the instant replay there. Talon Witt cutting toward the goal line, and then I think he pitched. He may have pitched it off. And so now the game is tied, and Ethan Carlson's extra point is going to put Alexandria up with 6:44 to go in regulation time. So Alexandria's defense was able to get a stop, and the Cardinals got back-to-back scoring series around it. 30-second break. The numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard now read Alexandria 36, Bemidji 35.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Jackson Walsing gets the touchdown, getting a pitch from Talon Witt on the 3rd down play. The ensuing kickoff is going to be brought back by Brennan Brower, and he'll bring it out to the 32-yard line. So the Lumberjacks now down by a point, as Alexandria has scored a total of 13 points here in the 4th period to go up 36-35.
Connor Anderson and Riker Johnson in on that tackle.
So now can Alexandria's defense get another stand? They were able to force Bemidji into a punt last series as the Jacks offense went 3 and out. Neither team has turned the ball over this half after the teams combined for 5 giveaways back in the first half. Alexandria is -1 in the turnover comparison tonight, but the Cardinals are up 1, 36-35. Here is Vandermeer. He's pitching it to Reese Snidey up the sideline. There's a chunk play, and Snidey will be out of bounds. It'll be a Bemidji first down.
Forced out by Grady Starzel.
So one pitch puts Bemidji up near midfield. Looks like that'll be a gain of 16 and a first down.
Yeah, similar to one of the plays the Cardinals run. He stayed out in that flat in the backfield and got him the ball with blockers in front.
Again, kind of a double wing formation with a fullback as well. Vandermeer is going to pitch it. There goes Miles Gish to the right side, cutting upfield. He's down the sideline, inside the 30, and he'll be wrapped up inside the 20-yard line.
Boy, he got a real nice block downfield.
Yeah, Bemidji able to execute its option offense, and that's going to be a chunk play about 34 yards on the gain for Miles Gish. Boy, Gish has not run the football very much tonight, but that was an effective play there. So now the Bemidji Lumberjacks are operating in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Back and forth game as we're about to move 6 minutes into the 4th quarter. Alexandria by 1. Here is Owen Vandermeer, and he hands off. And now we got a late penalty flag coming out, as I think Gish may have gotten the carry again. Wait and see if this penalty, what the penalty is going to be for. And some discussion going on before we get it from the official. The gain was going to be for about 3 yards for the running back of Bemidji. But again, this is pending the infraction. And it looks like Bemidji's going backwards. So let's see if we have
I wonder
maybe
if they had a late block downfield.
Right. Oh my, chop block on Bemidji, and that is a personal foul penalty. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, I believe, from where the violation occurred. And I believe they're going to reset the time remaining on the clock to 5:51. So we are more than midway through the fourth quarter now. And Bemidji down by 1, but threatening to get the lead back.
So it must have been right at the line of scrimmage. So it's, or maybe it was 1 yard down. So it moves them back to, looks like first and about 24 now.
Yeah, the football now back at the Alexandria 33-yard line. But again, any score is going to give Bemidji the lead here in the fourth quarter. And now we're going to have a stoppage as I think, did we have another penalty come out here?
I don't think so. I think the officials are just official on the Bemidji side, the linesman on that side.
So evidently the officials indicating that when he gives the ready sign, the clock will go in motion. And that should be right about now. You are dialed into People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Live video on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. The quarterback, Owen Vandermeer, will tuck the ball in, and he'll get some of the yardage back, but it's still going to bring up second down and long.
Brett Meyer and Aiden Schneiderhan with tackle.
That'll be a pickup of about 6 on the keeper for Owen Vandermeer. Again, Bemidji is led for a good share of this game, but right now it's Alexandria in front 36-35.
I saw the Bemidji kicker practicing at halftime. He was hitting them from well over 40 yards.
And now he's got the wind at his back if Bemidji would try a go-ahead field goal. Now Vandermeer is going to pitch it out. There's Gish getting to the outside. He got to the edge, and he's down the sideline. He's short of the first down, but this has become a third and manageable now for Bemidji.
Starzel with the force out.
So now let's see where the ball is going to be spotted. It's going to be at the 15-yard line. So now it's basically 3rd down and 7 here.
And I think we're well inside the field goal kicker's range.
Alexandria leading by 1, a tenuous 1-point lead at 36-35. As Gish went out of bounds, that stopped the clock with 4:49 to go in the fourth quarter. And now Brian Stoffel, the head coach of the Bemidji Lumberjacks football team, is going to take his team's first timeout, probably wanting to make sure that they are all on the same page before this 3rd down play is executed. Again, the winner of this game is going to take over the lead in the North Star North District. Alexandria came into this game on a 4-game win streak, number 3 ranking in state class 5A football, but they have been put to the test by a Bemidji football team that's coming off a huge win against Brainerd last week and now is trying to secure a 3rd consecutive victory. And all of those, the previous 2 have come against North Star North District rivals. In fact, the Lumberjacks, with a 3-2 record, their combined total in the 2 defeats is only 9 points. So they've been with Buffalo and they've been with Elk River in those 2 losses. Bemidji also had a non-district victory over Grand Rapids in week number 2. So Bemidji actually playing 4 straight district games from weeks 4 through 7. Sartell is scheduled to visit Bemidji next week to wrap up the district schedule. Sartell is hosting Sauk Rapids Rice tonight. 3rd down and 7, and the Alexandria fans down below us are on their feet, trying to offer the shouts of encouragement to the Alexandria Cardinal defense. The line of scrimmage is the 15-yard line. Alexandria up by a point. Owen Vandermeer under center. He's going to pitch. It's going to be a reverse. Snidey gets it to the right side, trying to get to the edge, and he's got the edge, and then, he got leveled right near the first down sticks. He may be short of the first down here.
I think he's short by a yard.
So it'll be 4th down for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. And, or did they give him...
No, it's 4th down.
4th down and about 2, it looks like. So
they got the field goal unit out.
Yep, so here is Rewer in. The ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line, so it'll be a field goal of 26 yards. And a timeout's going to be called with 4:16 to go here in the 4th period.
Kind of interesting. They've used 2 timeouts, to get organized, but both of them, with the clock already stopped. So it's, one way or another, the Cards are going to have the ball with over around 4 minutes to play here.
Yeah, and maybe importantly, Alexandria has its full complement of timeouts. Right. So,
which if the Cardinals score, then that leaves Bemidji with only 1 remaining timeout.
It looks like with the line of scrimmage being at the 10-yard line, to spot the ball at the 16, I don't think that's long enough. Usually you go about 7, maybe 8 yards from the line of scrimmage to spot the football. And,
they might have the offense on the field now.
Yeah, I think the offense has come out. So Alexandria is going to try to get the 4th down stop. This is 4th and less than 2. Owen Vandermeer is under center on his 4th down play at the 10. It's a pitch, and it's going to be a loss on the play. The Cardinals are going to rise to the occasion and stop Bemidji on downs.
Yeah, they fumbled a pitch.
And so Bemidji is going to give up the football inside the Alexandria 20-yard line, eschewing the field goal for a possible lead. And now Alexandria has the ball back, leading 36-35, and the offense is back onto the field. Oh my, what a defensive stand there for the Alexandria Cardinals, getting the key 4th down stop. And the Alexandria offense is back out onto the field. Now it's important for the Cardinals to take care of the football, maybe churn some first downs and run out the remaining time on the clock. The ball is back just outside the 15-yard line. Talon Witt is going to hand off, and there's a burst up the middle. It's going to be a first down run, as it's going to be Brody Berg getting the football. So good yardage there for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, they went with a light box, only 5 players in the tackle box there, and the Cardinals would love to run the ball each time, but once they commit a couple more players to that tackle box, then look out for the Cardinals striking via the pass.
So the Bemidji Lumberjacks really in some tough straits now. Alexandria continuing to work the clock here. In front by 1, 36-35. Brody Berg tucks the ball in, got stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And Nemo Schwinghammer in on the stop for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Clock is continuing to move here as we are down to 3:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Again, Bemidji has just 1 timeout remaining. Alexandria has its full complement of timeouts.
I think it's important the Cards get a positive play on 2nd down here.
Yes, after the previous play only picked up about 1. So it'll be 2nd down and a short 9 for the Cardinals. And now another positive play here. This is better than what we saw in the previous snap. And Brody Berg able to work his way out past the 40-yard line. 3rd down and very manageable here for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, it's a short 3, long 2.
Yeah, we'll call it a gain of 6 on that last carry, as Berg is now approaching 200 yards rushing in tonight's game.
And Talon Witt might use his legs here, depending. I'm guessing he'll have the read whether to hand it.
When this play is snapped, we'll be down to about 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and Alexandria up by 1. Here's a handoff, and Brody Berg churning for yardage, but Bemidji is able to stop him. So he was not able to get the first down. So let's see if Bemidji is going to take that timeout on defense. That will stop the clock with 1:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Alexandria now facing a 4th down and 2 on the Cardinals side of the field, leading by the slimmest of margins, 1 point at 36-35.
Yeah, if you get the first down here, you win the game. But if you don't, then you give Bemidji the ball with a fairly short field. I think we'll probably punt. They might do that rugby punt where Talon has the option of punting it or running it.
Yeah, and we have seen Talon Witt do that. Really in the fourth quarter at Sartell, and in the fourth quarter against Elk River, he used that rugby-style punt, and he ended up running for the first down.
And he tried it earlier in the game, and they had it covered. He had to reverse field.
Yeah. So it's looking at the outset here like Alexandria is going to show the offensive formation with the receivers on the field. So the Cardinals are looking to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, if they get the look they like, they'll go for it. He's backing up into punt formation now.
The line of scrimmage is the 42, and now Talon Witt will roll to his right. He's going to look to tuck the football in, out past the 45.
He got it.
He's got the first down. Oh, yeah. Talon Witt able to carry the ball out beyond the sticks, and it's an Alexandria Cardinal first down.
That should do it.
Yep, the Cardinals will have 4 fresh downs, and Bemidji is powerless to stop the clock. So Talon Witt found enough of an opening on that sweep to the right side where he was able to get the necessary yardage, a pickup of about 4, but more importantly, an Alexandria Cardinal first down.
They only have to go into victory formation 3 consecutive plays because the play clock is 40 seconds.
Yep, so Alexandria will show the kneel down a few times here, and the Cardinals are going to get the victory. But boy, this is probably the toughest one that Alexandria's had to achieve this year. Couple of more snaps to drain the clock, and Alexandria is going to earn a 36-35 victory. So again, Bemidji has no more timeouts, so just a matter of snapping the ball 2 more times and using up every possible second of the play clock. Right now, the play clock is down to 10 seconds. The game clock is under 1 minute. So the Cardinals will send the win streak on to 5 straight, and Bemidji will fall to 3-3 with the defeat. But boy,
wow,
the Lumberjacks really came to play tonight. A-plus effort by Brian Stoffel's team, but it is not going to be enough in Alexandria. The Cardinals are going to win a very important North Star North District game here, and will be 3-0 in the district, 5-1 overall, and it's likely that the track to the state football tournament may run through Alexandria as the Cardinals' magic number for getting that number 1 seed now reduced by 1, 2-1, with Brainerd arriving in town next week. The clock is going to wind down as no more timeouts for Bemidji, so the last kneel down will be the final play of the game, and Alexandria, its defense will pitch a shutout in the final period, and the Cardinals come back to win 36-35. Alexandria now 3-0 in the district, 5-1 overall. Bemidji loses in district play for the first time. The Lumberjacks now 2-1 in the North Star North, 3-3 overall. The 3 combined losses for the Bemidji Lumberjacks by a combined total of just 10 points. So that will do it for the play-by-play. We do invite you to stick around. We are moments away from the post-game report, brought to you by brought to you by our friends at Jutner Motors in Alexandria. Right now, we're going to take these messages from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage. We'll try to regroup, and then we've got the Gentner Motors postgame on the way next. Well, you know, we hadn't selected Brody yet this year, so what a time for him.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Gentner Motors, your best price dealer. Make it Gentner Motors, your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Fight, if you will. Alexandria never had the lead quite often in this game, and the lead was pretty slim when the Cardinals had it. They had leads of 8-7 and 16-15 in the first half. Trailed by 5 at the break. Actually fell behind by as many as 12 in the third quarter. But the Cardinals end up outscoring Bemidji 13-0 in the final period, and it ends up being a 1-point win for Alexandria, 36-35. Welcome to our post-game report, presented to you by Gentner Motors of Alexandria. We've got Tim Zupfer and myself, Dave McClurg, and J.P. Boleen is our videographer on location here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. And Tim, in many ways, I know I think we get some conflicting viewpoints up here. I know we visited with one of the Cardinals' assistant coaches off the air, and he was saying, gosh, a lot of assignments were missed tonight. And I look at it, I guess, from the other point of view. I thought Bemidji executed very, very well. And sometimes you give credit to the other team doing some of the things that they wanted to do. But you know what? Alexandria was able to make enough defensive stops in the fourth quarter The offense kept moving the football, throughout the course of the entire 4 quarters. And fortunately, Alexandria was not its own worst enemy in the second half after the Cardinals had 3 first-half turnovers.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned prior to the game one of the keys for Bemidji was to win the turnover battle, and I guess officially they did because we had 3 in the first half and they had 2. But if you count that 4th down play where we stopped them, it's essentially a turnover on downs there. And so really, it came down to one 4th down play they don't make, and then we make a key 4th down play. After that, we get the next possession and then are able to run the clock out.
So Alexandria, in spite of being in a deficit for much of the game, the Cardinals, by virtue of the 13-0 advantage in the 4th quarter, get the victory by 1, 36-35. We're going to go through the scoring recap during this part of our Jutner Motors postgame report, and then during our second and final segment, we'll go inside the numbers. We'll have our player of the game selections and also let you know about the Culver's play of tonight's game. But first of all, scoring recap. Bemidji got the scoring underway late in the first quarter. A big run for Reese Snidy. He would carry it 62 yards for a touchdown. The extra point kick by Austin Rewer was good, and it was 7-0 Bemidji. That was the score after 1 quarter. The teams were trading turnovers in the first half, but they were also trading scoring possessions in the second period, as Alexandria actually outscored the Jacks 16-14 in the second. The Cardinals got 2 touchdowns and 2 successful 2-point conversions, whereas Bemidji got a touchdown, a successful 2-point conversion, then a touchdown, and a missed 2-point conversion. Little did we realize how much that might factor into the course of the game later on. But Alexandria's first score of the night came with about 4 minutes gone in the second period. Brody Berg with a 7-yard touchdown run. And then the Cardinals went to get the lead, and it occurred after Mason Witt fired a pass to Blake Scholl for a 2-point conversion. Alexandria 8, Bemidji 7. It took the Lumberjacks just a couple of plays to regain the lead back as the running back for Bemidji, Trevor Larson, was able to score on a 2-yard run. The 2-point conversion run for Miles Gish was good. That actually occurred just, 38 seconds after the Cardinals' first touchdown. So Bemidji took a 15-8 lead at that point, and then the lead disappeared 29 seconds later when Talon Witt connected with Thomas Hinrichs on a 75-yard catch and run. The scoring play created Alexandria getting back to within 1, and then the Cardinals were able to get a successful 2-point conversion. Talon Witt ran that one in, and it was 16-15 Alexandria. Bemidji would then score on its next possession. Chunk play as Reese Snidy was able to score on a reverse 22-yard run, and then the PAT was good. Bemidji led at the break 21-16. The Jacks would then come out and score on their first 2 series of the second half. However, Alexandria was able to counter scoring on its first 2 series of the second half. In fact, Alexandria had 4 series after halftime, 3 touchdown drives, and then 1 to get a couple of first downs to eventually run out the clock and end the football game. The first second half score for Alexandria capped off a 6-play, 80-yard drive. Brody Berg was able to scamper in from 44 yards out. And the conversion for the Alexandria Cardinals was a point-after-touchdown attempt by Ethan Carlson. That was good, and Alexandria was back to within 5, trailing 28-23 at that point. Bemidji then would go up 35-23. Trevor Larson scoring on a 1-yard touchdown run, and the PAT by Austin Rewer made it 35-23. That was the score after the third quarter of play. But then Alexandria did all the scoring in the fourth period. Early in the fourth period, Alexandria's Talon Witt was able to connect with Jackson Waltzing on a 15-yard touchdown pass. That was actually on a 4th down play. The point-after-touchdown kick was blocked, and Alexandria was down by 6 at that point. Then maybe more importantly, the Cardinals defense was able to force a 3-and-out on the next series. Alexandria got the ball back, and the Cardinals would go 57 yards and ultimately get a score to tie the game up. Down near the goal line, Talon Witt on a third down play ran toward the end zone, then pitched the ball to Jackson Waltzing, and Waltzing was able to get the score, I believe, from a couple of yards out after the pitch. So the combined scoring run was 5 yards, but Talon Witt did some of that, and then the pitch to Jackson Waltzing. Waltzing scored, and then Ethan Carlson had a very important point after touchdown. Still 6:44 remained in the fourth quarter. Alexandria had a 1-point lead at 36-35. Bemidji moved the football down the field, getting, I believe, a couple of first downs, and then moving into Alexandria's red zone. However, a 15-yard chop block penalty kind of wrecked the series for Bemidji. The Lumberjacks eventually were able to gain a lot of that penalty yardage back, but on a fourth down play, Lumberjacks quarterback Owen Vandermeer sent the pitch out into the direction of Miles Gish. The ball got put on the turf, and Alexandria was able to recover on downs at the Cardinals' 17-yard line to stop Bemidji's threat. At that point, the Jacks only had one timeout remaining. Brody Berg had a first down run after the Cardinal defense stopped Bemidji on downs, and then Bemidji was forced to take a timeout. Alexandria worked the ball out past the 40-yard line, and then on a 4th-and-2 play in punt formation, Talon Witt was able to roll out to his right, and he was able to get past the line to gain. He ended up picking up about 4 yards before he got leveled right in front of the Alexandria sideline. But that first down was the last first down that the Cardinals would need to get, and Alexandria was able to effectively run out the clock, and the Cardinals get the victory by 1, 36-35. Again, Alexandria now with a 5-game win streak. Bemidji falls to 3-3, but the combined total of points differential in the 3 Bemidji losses is just 10. Bemidji lost an 8-point game at home to Elk River to start the year, then a 1-point loss at Buffalo, and now a 1-point loss at Alexandria. That has the Jacks at 3-3 going into their North Star North District finale against Sartell next Friday night. Alexandria is the lone undefeated team in the district now at 3-0, and the Cardinals will await Brainerd next week. And a win by Alexandria there would mean a district championship and quite likely a number 1 seed for the Class 5A Section 8 football tournament, which will start later this month on October 21st. One game that night. I would suspect that both Bemidji and Alexandria will not have to play on that night because both have some pretty decent resumes. Again, the top 3 seeds in the section get first-round byes into the section semifinal round. This is the post-game report brought to you by Juttner Motors in Alexandria. Again, happy totals for the Alexandria Cardinals. They get the dub by a final score of 36-35. We will have more of our post-game after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
We welcome you back to Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School as the Cardinal football team now 5-1 on the year. More importantly, undefeated in the district. The North Star North record is now 3-0 for Alexandria after the Cardinals rally in the fourth quarter to get a victory over the Bemidji Lumberjacks 36-35. Tim, I feel like I've been shutting you out of our postgame report here. Would you want to go through some defensive stats and time of possession numbers? Because some of what you give will kind of dovetail into some of the offensive numbers that I've been able to tally.
Sure, let's go with our tackle leaders, and I know I missed some of the tackles, and there aren't as many because sometimes players stepped out of bounds or we had turnover on the play, but I had two of our players tied for the lead in tackles, Connor Anderson with 5 and Connor Wang with 5. Our defensive linemen had quite a few. Jack Morris at 4, Evan Zabel 4, 3 for Jensen Martinson, 2 each for Blake Scholl and Spencer Kleindl. Aiden Schneiderhan 3, Brett Meyer 3, 1 for Jackson Waltzing, 2 for Mason Witt, 1 for Carson Getch, Grady Starzo with 3, Aiden Button with 2, and Riker Johnson 2 special teams tackles, and a couple of those were pretty critical tackles in that situation. A lot of times when we talk Cardinal games with time of possession, we kind of poo-poo it a little bit and say it's not significant necessarily because we kind of have a quick strike offense at times. Today, I think it was an issue, and the Cardinals did have the time of possession advantage with a little over 13 and a half minutes in the first half and a little over 13 minutes in the second half. With teams answering each other with touchdowns, the Cardinals were able to hold the Lumberjacks on their last 2 possessions, and Bemidji wasn't able to get a whole lot of time of possession in those last 2 possessions as well, giving the Cardinals that time. So for the game, Cardinals with almost 27 minutes time of possession and just about 20 and a half minutes for the Jacks.
Yeah, and I kind of feel that, and I kind of saw this developing in the first half when Alexandria, I think, had a 14-play advantage. The Cardinals ran 36 plays in the first half, and Bemidji had 22. And I know that both teams will have some of their star players play on both sides of the ball, and I was wondering if maybe the Cardinals could wear Bemidji down a little bit in the second half. I think the kids for both sides really gave their all here, and whether or not Bemidji was fatigued, I guess maybe the fans can interpret that on their own, but the numbers don't lie. Alexandria ran 66 plays on the night. Bemidji had 44.
Yeah, and this time of year the teams are in good shape, but we had a game time starting temperature of 85 degrees tonight. It felt like the first game of the season temperature-wise, and so in that sense it may have taken a bigger toll also.
Going through some of the offensive numbers here, again, we mentioned comparison on the plays run, 66 for the Cardinals, 44 for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. First downs in the game, unofficially, Alexandria with 24, Bemidji with 16. Total offense, these two teams put on a show tonight. More than 900 yards of offense between these two teams. Unofficially for Bemidji, 433, and for Alexandria, 514. So I got the feeling, and I said this to Coach Z during one of our breaks, it might be the team that has the football last will end up being the one winning the game. Well, as it turns out, the Cardinals defense got a fourth down stop to hold the 1-point lead, and Alexandria was able to get 2 key first downs, so the Cardinals were the last team to possess the ball, and ultimately they would win the game. But, amassing 514 yards of offense, and Alexandria didn't have to punt the football tonight, and of course Talon Witt, as a punter, was able to execute a fourth down running play in punt formation, getting the necessary 4 yards to move the sticks. And Alexandria was able to run out the clock after that. Yardage breakdown unofficially for Alexandria, 325 on the ground, 189 through the air. 48 rushing plays, 18 pass plays for the Cardinals. But still, Alexandria gained almost 200 yards through the air. Talon Witt unofficially 12 of 18 for $189. 2 interceptions, both coming in the first half, but he also compensated with 2 touchdown passes, one of 75 yards to Thomas Henricks and one to Jackson Waltzing for 15 yards early in the fourth quarter. On the ground, Brody Berg with a big night offensively, overcame a lost fumble in the first half to run for nearly 200 yards on the night. I had him unofficially for 198 yards rushing in 26 carries. He was a horse for the Alexandria Cardinal football team, and I say that in a very positive way for senior running back Brody Berg. Talon Witt, 14 rushes, unofficially 58 yards, including that fourth down carry to allow Alexandria to keep the football to run out the clock. And Jackson Waltzing, 8 rushes unofficially for 69 yards, including a couple of scores, one of those on the ground when he got the pitch from quarterback Talon Witt on the goal-to-go situation at the 5-yard line. Talon Witt was able to work his way toward the goal line, and then he flipped it off to Jackson Waltzing, and Waltzing was able to carry it in for the remaining yardage for what turned out to be a touchdown that tied the game at 35 all. The Cardinals had a total of 3 penalties tonight that were accepted by Bemidji for a loss of 35 yards. The third down and fourth down efficiency, the numbers were not percolating very well for the Cardinals in the opening half. They did get a little bit better in the second half. For the game, unofficially, the Cardinals were 4 of 9 on third down, 4 of 10 on, 4 of 10, because the last play was just a kneel down, and that was a third down play. But 4 of 10 for the Cardinals on third, 3 of 5 on fourth down for Alexandria. In fact, the Cardinals executed a couple of fourth down conversions in as many tries in the second half comeback. For Bemidji, 345 yards rushing. They actually had 5 different guys that had more than 35 yards rushing. Reese Snidey was the leading ground gainer, 113 yards with 6 touches, and he had a couple of touchdowns, one on a 22-yard run and one on a first half 62-yard run. Trevor Larson was more of a workhorse for Bemidji, 12 carries, 65 yards, and he had a couple of short touchdown runs from 2 and 1 yards out. Owen Vandermeer also carried the football, 9 rushes unofficially for 37 yards on the night for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Through the air, Bemidji attempted 5 passes, completing 3. Those going to Bemidji receivers, and then one Owen Vandermeer pass got tipped and ultimately was picked off on the deflection by Evan Zabel. But still Vandermeer 2 for 4 for 55 yards. And then Snidey, his only pass of the night was a dump over the middle that went to his tight end, Wyatt Turvestall, and that would cover 32 yards and a third quarter touchdown. The Lumberjacks had one punt on the night. That traveled 35 yards. Bemidji had 3 penalties, 2 of which were accepted by Alexandria for a loss of 20 yards, but one of those was a key penalty on Bemidji's last meaningful offensive series. The Jacks were in the Alexandria red zone, and a chop block penalty after a first down run put Bemidji back outside the 25-yard line. The Jacks were able to get a lot of that yardage back, but obviously that forced Bemidji to change its play calling in that series. So Bemidji had 2 accepted penalties by Alexandria for a loss of 20 yards. The Lumberjacks ball twice, an interception and a fumble. So in the turnover comparison, Bemidji was +1 on the night. Third down and fourth down efficiency, the Jacks were 2 for 6 on third down and 0 for 2 on fourth down in tonight's game. So those were some of the numbers in Alexandria's 36-35 North Star North District football victory over Bemidji. Again, Bemidji now 3-3, but Tim, I know maybe this is a little faint praise to our guest tonight. Bemidji might be one of the best 3-3 football teams in the state because those losses have now come to a state-ranked Elk River team, a state-ranked Alexandria team, and a Buffalo team where Bemidji had to make the trip all the way down to Buffalo. 3 losses by a combined total of 10 points.
Yeah, kind of my thoughts on the night is I thought both teams kind of opened up the playbook and used just about every play they had in the playbook. I mean, one of the Cardinals' 2-point conversions, they had a really unique setup there where I think Talon Witt took the snap behind the center, and the rest of his linemen were out,
spread out on both sides,
left and right, and he's 1-on-1. And the other one, we get a reverse to Talon Witt, and he throws a halfback pass for the other 2-point conversion. So and you saw some of the plays that that pass from the running back of Bemidji to the tight end over the middle. I mean, so it was they both teams showed their cards, so to speak, and a lot has to play out, but I think there's a really good chance the Cardinals and the Lumberjacks are going to be playing again in a few weeks.
Yeah, time will tell, but Alexandria's in a nice spot right now. Again, you cannot overlook the Brainerd Warriors. I don't know how Brainerd did in its home game against Monticello tonight. The Warriors are either going to be 3-3 or 4-2 coming into Alexandria next week. And, Brainerd is always ready to play Alexandria, and I know that Mike Empting is going to have his team ready to play the Brainerd Warriors next week when they visit Viking Bank Field. We're going to make our selection of some post-game honors here, players of the game in just moments, but right now we're going to select the Culver's play of the game. We did not declare it during the play-by-play broadcast because as Coach Z and I were talking during one of our breaks leading into the post-game report, there were probably about 4 or 5 plays that would go as the Culver's play of the game, and after some, I wouldn't say heated discussion, but some discussion at length, we declared the play where Alexandria scored the touchdown to tie the game at 35 to be our Culver's play of the game, and Jackson Waltzing is going to be the one to receive the play of the game distinction because he took the pitch from Talon Witt, and Waltzing scored to make it a 35-all game. But again, I think there were probably several other plays in the fourth quarter alone that could have been declared our Culver's play of the game.
Yeah, there were a number of big situational plays, and we agreed that should be the play, and it was a unique play in that it was a late pitch by Talon Witt in some traffic.
Right.
And they executed that, and that ended up being a touchdown, as you said, that tied the game. And then key extra point was the difference.
Yep, Ethan Carlson, he had his second extra point attempt blocked early in the fourth quarter, but ultimately Carlson would kick the extra point to give Alexandria ultimately the margin that it would need for the victory. But Jackson Waltzing scoring the tying touchdown to make it a 35-all game off a pitch from senior quarterback Talon Witt. And Jackson Waltzing's touchdown is our Culver's play of the game. That occurred in the fourth quarter with 6:44 remaining to tie the score. Now our offensive and defensive players of the game, and this part of our post-game report is presented to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection online at qualitytoyota.net or visit their showroom the next time you're in Fergus Falls. The showroom is located on West Lincoln Avenue. And Tim, I think we're going to start with defense first of all. Again, some good discussion among the Alexandria assistant coaches and us. I think a lot of players definitely worthy of defensive player of the game because, again, the Cardinals got pressed defensively, but I think we lean on one of the Alexandria linebackers, that being senior Brett Meyer, as our defensive player of the game.
Yeah, on those inside runs, our defensive line was really stout. But there was a couple of situations where Brett Meyer made some key tackles, and the tackles were really spread out today. But he was only a tackle or two shy of being one of the leading tacklers tonight.
Very good. So we recognize Brett Meyer as our Quality Toyota Alexandria Cardinal Defensive Player of the Game. Our Offensive Player of the Game, senior captain for the Alexandria Cardinals, and I believe I referred to him affectionately as a horse earlier in the post-game report, but it'd be tough to ignore what Brody Berg did. Again, he probably feels bummed that he lost the football, as a pitch got onto the turf and everything like that, but he overcame that. He didn't turn the ball over the rest of the night, and he got a lot of carries in this game and ultimately would find the end zone for Alexandria a couple of times. And Brody Berg, with nearly 200 yards rushing here, becomes our Quality Toyota Offensive Player of tonight's game.
Yeah, he certainly was a workhorse, and even on that, I don't know if he gets credit for a fumble. It was a play that was well defended by Bemidji, and it was a late pitch, and so it could be argued who that fumble should be credited to. But boy, he really ran hard tonight, as he does every night. But just a couple yards shy of 200 yards, and boy, I'd venture to say that close to half of those yards were after contact.
So congratulations to Brody Berg from the Alexandria Cardinals of being our Quality Toyota Offensive Player of the Game, and congratulations as well to Brett Meyer for being our Quality Toyota Defensive Player of tonight's game. Alexandria will now take a 3-0 North Star North District record into Viking Bank Field next Friday night for the regular season home finale, as the Cardinals will host the Brainerd Warriors. How in the world is it, Tim, that we got Brainerd coming to our house in back-to-back years?
Well, it's that schedule that changes every couple years. We know pretty much next year we're going to have the same set of opponents at opposite sites. So, on that transition year, you're gonna have a little bit of that, but you won't get it 3 years in a row.
That is true. So Brainerd visits Alexandria a week from tonight. We hope you're on hand at Viking Bank Field to watch. The Cardinals are a lot of fun to watch, and boy, the fan support was tremendous tonight. Cardinal football fans, you can give yourself a pat on the back. I think your energy helped to make a difference in this fourth quarter comeback as Alexandria overcame that 12-point deficit after 3 to win by 1. But if you're not going to be here next week, we have other options for you. Listen on KXRA Radio, or we will have the live stream, and that will be our last live stream of the regular season for the Alexandria Cardinal football team, as J.P. Boleen will be doing the video work. Tim and I will have the call of Brainerd at Alexandria. The pregame will be on the air at 6:30 next Friday night with the play-by-play to follow at 7. That last regular season game on the Wednesday of MEA break, that will be an audio-only broadcast. We did get word from Robbinsdale Armstrong's activities department earlier this week that they denied us the opportunity to video stream. The host schools do have the right to do that, whether they are already in a contractual agreement with another streamer or not. It is up to the permission of the host schools to have us video stream, so we will not be doing an audio stream for the regular season finale at Armstrong in Plymouth, Minnesota on Wednesday, October 15th, but that night you'll get a radio play-by-play broadcast. So all of our latent media platforms will have the coverage next Friday night when the Cardinals wrap up North Star North District play hosting the Brainerd Warriors. Tim, I'll talk a little bit about the Cardinal Cross Country event tomorrow, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to plug the Runestone Volleyball Classic because you are going to be spending part of your Saturday, quite a bit of your Saturday, at Alexandria Area High School.
Well, it should be in the past it's been an 18 tournament each year, both a varsity session and the JV. So we're using courts 2 and 3 at the high school for varsity competition and courts 4 and 5 for JV action. They're setting it up as an 8-team bracket with the winner side and loser side, and there will be the third place match and the consolation matches as well. So each of the 8 competing teams will play 3 matches that day, and the Cardinal varsity girls are in the first match of the day and face the Bold Warriors, I believe, is their mascot.
That is their nickname.
So that's the first match, and I don't have the rest of the bracket memorized.
Yeah, I know we're going to have some other teams. I think Ada Borup West is coming in. Minnewaska, I think Morris area, Chicago, Alberta.
Fergus Falls and Brainerd.
Fergus Falls. Yeah, so it's going to be good.
Got just about all of them. I think we're missing one.
So Belgrade, Bruton, Rosa, maybe?
That's the one.
Okay, very good. So I knew there was some very good area representation for the Runestone Volleyball Classic. So that's at the high school tomorrow. I'm going to be spending a good part of the day out at Arrowwood Resort, helping out with some announcing, not over the air, but some public address announcing, getting the runners to the various lines, the start line at the times they need to be, and then I'll help out with the awards ceremony. But, Tim, I need to ask, how many years did you assist Mark Nelson in coaching Alexandria cross-country running?
I believe it was 16. My first year working with the program was 1985, and before I came to broadcast the game, I was able to gather with at Mark Nelson's home with a number of those cross-country runners. So it was a real nice reunion there, and that team What was really unique, and it was before I started, they had all 7 of the runners from the 1980, which was their first women's cross-country team. There actually was one runner that ran a year or 2 before that on the boys' team that was part of that 1980 team, and all 7 of those runners were at Mark Nelson's house earlier this afternoon, so it was neat getting together with some of those athletes.
Well, you came in at the right time to help out Coach Nelson, because I believe in 85 and then again in 1987, Alexandria won the state championship in girls class AA cross country. But many of those alums are back in the community for the weekend. They are going to be recognized as part of the Lions Meet of Champions tomorrow. The 1980s girls alumni recognition is going to be going on around 10:40 tomorrow morning. After the boys and girls non-Minnesota State High School League sanctioned races are taking place. I believe the first race for the boys will be around 10:10 a.m. That's for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in a non-Minnesota State High School League 2-mile event. And then the girls non-MSHSL 2-mile run for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will be at 10:30. And then after that, you're going to have the alumni recognition around 10:40 in the morning. And then you get into the 9th grade 2-mile MSHSL runs for both boys and girls. The boys first at 10:50, the girls to follow at 11:10. And then you'll alternate boys and girls races. So the boys junior varsity race should be starting around 11:30. The girls JV race will start around 12:10. The boys varsity race will begin around 12:45, and then the last race, appropriately enough, with the alumni from Alexandria's girls cross-country state champions from the 1980s in. The varsity girls race will be the last to run at about 1:20 tomorrow afternoon. So, Tim, I'm sorry that you're not able to be out at the Arrowwood Resort for reuniting with the ladies, but I'm glad you were able to be at Coach Nelson's place for the reception tonight.
Yeah, it was entertaining, and the girls did say they were glad that there wasn't going to be an alumni run tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, some of those alums from the 85 state champions, they're probably upwards of 60 years young now.
They're getting, yeah. I'm 63, and I graduated high school in 1980, so that group of 1980 runners are the same age as I am.
Yeah, very good. Tim, great to work with you tonight. Enjoy the Runestone Classic tomorrow, and we'll connect with you again next Friday night.
Will do. Thanks, Dave.
There is Tim Zuffer, my broadcast partner for Alexandria Cardinal football and volleyball coverage. This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. Thanks as well for joining us if you've been watching our coverage tonight with the live streaming on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Again, next week, our football coverage will be Brainerd at Alexandria, 6:30 pregame, play-by-play to follow at 7 next Friday night. We'll have Section 8 AAA boys soccer for you on Tuesday, Section 8 AAA girls soccer playoff action on Wednesday, and then we'll have to wait and see what happens for our possible Thursday broadcast and possible broadcast on Saturday, the 11th of October. Steve D has been our man at Master Control at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria. JP Bolin has been our videographer. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Cardinal sports coverage for bringing you our broadcast tonight, and special thanks to Juttner Motors for sponsoring the post-game report. For our videographer, J.P. Bolin, and my broadcast partner, Tim Zuffer, Dave McClurg wishing you a good night from Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School, where the Cardinals